of Lumberjack football on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's. Join Tim Parrish as he brings you the play-by-play of tonight's Lumberjack football game. We want to take a moment to thank all of our Lumberjack sports sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now we'll send it out to the field where Tim Parrish is waiting with the pregame show. And as always, go Lumberjack! And welcome, Lumberjack fans. Tim Parrish here at Lumberjack Field as the Lumberjacks get set for their home opener of the 2021-2022 football season as they are hosting the Lakeside Eagles out of Washington. And this is the second game of the season for your Lumberjacks. They are 0-1 as last week they played the Kellogg Wildcats up in Kellogg. Well, we had some technical difficulties with our AT&T cell signal, so we were not able to get that game on the air. But we are here today and ready to get things rolling on the season for the Lumberjacks on the broadcast level. And we are hoping for a good one here today. The JVs just finished up, and the JV boys football team took the win today, 12-6, over the Eagles from Lakeside. And it was a fun game and a good game. And the Lumberjack JV team even their record out at 1-1 on the season. So a nice little boost for the JV. Now we just got to see if the varsity boys can do the same here this afternoon and evening, see if they can even up their record on the season. So with that being said, our intro is done, and we will be having an interview here in just a little bit with Coach Tepp. That interview that we are going to be doing is the interview that we actually recorded before the Kellogg game. So it may be a little bit off, but I did do some editing to that so that we cut out the stuff about Kellogg, and they just kind of talked about this season coming into it. So that is the interview with Coach Tepp will be coming up after our first break here of the broadcast. Once again, Tim Parrish here at Lumberjack Field as we get set for some Lumberjack football, and we'll be back with more after a word from our sponsors.
Don't miss out on life's unforgettable moments. You have adventures waiting and challenges to tackle. And now, P1FCU can help you anywhere life takes you. If you need to make a loan payment, a simple transfer, or even apply for a loan, P1FCU's video banking has you covered. It's real banking with real people. Download the app or visit P1FCU.org to get started. P1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's. Prince Electric is a family-owned and operated business right here in St. Mary's. With 36 years of electrical experience, Prince Electric has been serving all of North Idaho since 1996. From new construction to renovation, Prince Electric can help. Give them a call today at 208-245-5725. That's 208-245-5725. Prince Electric in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You can call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy Arbor and Site Clearing.
The St. Mary's Lumberjack Booster Club is asking for your help. The Booster Club continues to provide needed sports equipment for the St. Mary's High School sports program. But what they have planned next is big. The Booster Club is in the process of building a new sports complex on land next to the high school parking lot. This new sports complex will include a baseball field, softball field, and soccer field. The fields will be built according to professionally engineered plans and will be ADA compliant, so all Lumberjack fans can enjoy the games. The Booster Club thanks the community for their support throughout the years. With your support, Phase 1 will begin this summer. If you're interested in donating to the new sports complex project, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-568-0288 for details. Let's all come together and get this new complex built for the student body and the community. And we are back, Tim Parrish here at Lumberjack Field, and just a quick update on that field project. We are just about through the summer. The field has a fence around it now down here out at the near the Lumberjack Gymnasium. They have the cyclone fence up around the outside. It is the perimeter fence. Not quite finished, but they are in the process of getting that up there. So it is starting to come together really nicely, and it's going to be a great facility once it is done. Our hats off to the Lumberjack Booster Club and our community, the Booster Club for doing that work, and the community for all the donation and support they always give to the Booster Club. Update on Lumberjack boys soccer. They played Orofino this evening over at the St. Mary's City Park soccer field. Lumberjack varsity boys gets their second win on the season with a 4-2 victory over Orofino is what the report I got. I was not 100% for sure if that was the final score, but Lumberjacks did come away with the win. So congratulations to the soccer team on their victory today over the Orofino Maniacs. Now let's take a look at our interview from head coach Craig Teft. And like I said, this is the interview that we actually did before the Kellogg game, so we did do a little bit of adjusting to that interview to make it fit for tonight, but it is all relevant information, so we have that interview coming up right now. And we are here with head coach Craig Teft as we get set for the first game of the 2021-2022 football season. I guess you could say 2021 because football season is actually over before the new year. But in any case, a new year is upon us, and unlike last year, you guys are getting to start on time. How are things going so far this year, Coach?
Well, they're going great. We're just so thankful that, I guess, whatever the word normal means anymore these days, but we're just thankful that we're able to start when we were supposed to start. Practices have gone well. The kids have been working hard, and we're ready to roll.
All right. Every year we see new faces among the players, obviously. It's high school football. But this year there's a few new faces in the coaching staff and a few missing faces as well. Coach Rice is not here this year, and Coach Truscott moved over to Montana to be closer to family, I believe, over to where Chase is at. So what will be missed most about those two coaches from you and the players?
Yeah, that left a huge hole in our staff. Those guys have been so loyal to our program and have been with me for so long. It really was a blow to lose those guys. I mean, you understand your personal life comes before high school football, and they had to go do what they needed to do. But, yeah, huge blow. And, the thing is I think we're going to miss the most is their rapport with the kids. They had a special bond with the kids and connect with the kids. Kids really enjoyed playing for them and then giving everything they had for them. And so, yeah, it's tough. I wish those guys well. I know they're always going to be Lumberjacks. They'll come back and watch us, but they definitely will be missed.
I think I'm going to miss Truscott always asking me where my gear is when I come out to watch some practices. I know there's at least one new name, and I guess Hayden Humphrey as well is more of a permanent on the staff this year as well. But as far as coaches go, let me see. He's a new name to the coach, to the staff. He's kind of a new name to me. I don't really know him, but he is Lumberjack alumni coach. And did he go to school here? I'm not 100% sure either. But Coach Carr returns to the sideline for the Lumberjacks this year. Can you tell us a little bit about what he brings to the table for you?
Yeah, we really got lucky when we lost Tommy and Wes to get them replaced with Coach Carr and Coach Humphrey. Just really blessed in that respect. Coach Carr's been great. It's been a lot of fun with him being around these kids because, I'd say 80, 85%, maybe even 90% of these kids, he coached their dads or he coached their uncles and so, he knows the family lineage and knows what's going on there. And it's been great just to see those old Lumberjacks that played for him show up just to come see him and visit. And so we're really excited to have him as an addition to the staff.
All right, we're talking with head coach Craig Teft, and we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh, yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
When was the last time you had great Mexican food? I mean, really great. Has it been a while? Well, grab the kids and head to Casa de Oro for dinner tonight. Casa de Oro has fantastic burritos, tacos, and chimneys. Not to mention fajita and shrimp dishes. Little Johnny doesn't like Mexican food? Well, don't worry. Casa de Oro also has an American menu as well. Dinner and lunch a la fresca. Great service and margaritas with a kick. Casa de Oro, it's what's happening for dinner tonight. Casa de Oro on Golf Course Drive in St. Mary.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care, so you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
It's time to reimagine your off-road experience because Yamaha has reimagined the side-by-side. Experience extreme adventure with the all-new 2021 Wolverine R-Max 1000 featuring an all-new 999cc parallel twin engine. Power packed for maximum comfort and versatility, the R-Max 1000 features fully integrated accessories including the Yamaha Adventure Pro navigation system and much more. See for yourself at St. Mary's Sun Cycle, then get out there and realize your adventure with Yamaha. And we are back, and we're talking with head coach Craig Temp as they get set to take on the Kellogg Wildcats for their first game of the football season. This year, you got a new face at the quarterback position with Eli Gibson having graduated. You've got senior Sean Elliott taking the helm under center for the Lumberjacks. What can we expect to see out of Sean?
Well, I'll just say this about Sean. I'm so proud of a kid who has shown resiliency and hard work, and I'm really excited to see what he can do this year. He has worked harder than anybody in our program to prepare for this moment, and I think you're going to see a really great year out of him. So he's a good thrower. You know, he doesn't run like Eli. Eli's ability to run and break tackles was pretty special. Sean, that's not really his strength. I would say Sean's strengths are his football IQ, knowing what everybody on the field is supposed to be doing, where they're supposed to be and why, and then throwing just a great ball and giving guys the ability to catch the ball and go make plays.
All right. Your off-season this year seemed a little bit different, I guess, than some years. You did have your guys' normal camp that you guys had, but it seemed like there were some scrimmages also thrown in there. And then you were going to have your jamboree last week, but that got canceled. But how did those camps and those off-season scrimmages go?
You know, when we went into that, we weren't really sure what to expect with only playing 4 games the previous year. We weren't really sure where the kids would be at, knowing how to understand the scheme and the execution. But we came away from that. Those kids exceeded our expectations. Yeah. They're just all Lumberjacks. They played Lumberjack football, and I know that they're really excited to go hit somebody with a different color uniform. It's been 3 weeks now, and we're ready to go play somebody else.
And that was our interview with head coach Craig Temp. Like I said, that was our interview from last week. We just went ahead and ran with that one this week, and it was still good information to get out there to the Lumberjack fans listening to this broadcast. Of course, we want to remind everybody that we are on not only KOFE 1240 AM, but we are also on a YouTube channel. We have shared that link to our Facebook page, so anybody from around the U.S. can tune into that. And if you want to go there and share it to them so that they can listen. NFHS Network, we had it all set up for basketball last season. We're hoping to get that all hooked up for the beginning of this year, but we have not quite got everything sorted out just yet. So hopefully by next week we will have our cabling and stuff that we need, and we will have our play-by-play on that NFHS network as well. So it'll be good all the way around. In any case, let's take another quick break and listen to a word from our sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do every year as pertains to bringing you Lumberjack sports right here on KOFE.
Always here on the radio, cross the bridge to Satan. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff, and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner.
When was the last time you had great Mexican food? I mean, really great. Has it been a while? Is your rig's check engine light on? Idling a little rough? Time for an oil change. Maybe you need tires. Stop by Jim's Auto Repair and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto Repair can take care of your automotive needs fast. If you have a dead battery, Jim's Auto Repair and Tire Pros can set you up with a great AC Delco battery. Did we mention tires? Jim's Auto Repair is an authorized Tire Pros dealer and can get you a great deal on tires for your rig. Locations in St. Mary's and Plummer. Jim's Auto and 95 Tires. Give them a call, 208-686-0425, 208-686-0425, or stop by today.
And we are back about 20 minutes until tip-off here from Lumberjack Field as both teams, the Lumberjacks from St. Mary's and the Lakeside Eagles out of Washington, warming up. Taking a quick look at the 2A Central Idaho League, all of the teams in our league, Grangeville, Orofino, and, of course, St. Mary's, have all had a game in the season, and all of the teams came up with a loss. So the Lumberjacks, 0-1 coming into tonight's game, a 32-0 loss to the Wildcats last week. That was the first loss to Kellogg in 8 years. The Lumberjacks sitting 17th in the power rankings. The Grangeville Bulldogs, 0-1, lost 16-8 to the Moscow Bears. They are at Bonner's Ferry tonight, a long road trip for Bonner's Ferry, or for Grangeville. That's about 6 hours. The Grangeville Bulldogs sitting 12th in the power rankings for the 2A. And Orofino, they are 0-1. They lost to McCall Donnelly 41-0 last week. Their next game, they're actually not playing tonight according to their schedule. They are at Kellogg on the 10th, and they are 16th in the 2A power rankings. Looking at those polls and power rankings, Declo is number 1 in the power rankings right now. Marcy number 2, Soda Springs number 3, Aberdeen number 4, Coal Valley Christian is number 5. In the media polls, it's Westside, Firth, North Fremont, Declo, and Melba. And in the coaches poll, it's Westside, Firth, Declo, North Fremont, and Melba. And let's see here. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of our pregame.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goals. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time. Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
Why should you get all of your prescriptions from your local Good Neighbor Pharmacy? Because over 100,000 patients per year experience serious complications from drug interactions. At Jack's Pharmacy in St. Mary's, your prescriptions are not only filled, but we double-check for such complications. You can trust our knowledgeable pharmacists for that extra personalized attention. You're not just a number to us. You are our neighbor. Bring all your prescriptions to Jack's, your Good Neighbor Pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
And we are back. Tim Parrish here at Lumberjack Field as the Lumberjacks get set to host the Lakeside Eagles out of Washington. Taking a look at the stats essentially from the last game, as that's what these numbers are. We don't have really season stats yet. The Lumberjacks offensively did not score any points. They did put up 176 total yards, 44 yards passing, and 132 yards on the ground. Lumberjacks averaged 6 yards per completion and 4 yards per carry. Neither one of those numbers particularly bad, but the 6 yards per completion would have been nicer if there was more completions. The Lumberjacks suffered the dropsies in that game. First game jitters, I'm not sure, but they did have about 7 or 8 passes that got dropped in that particular game. Lumberjacks did not have any big plays, which are plays of 20 yards or more. On the turnover side, there was no fumbles lost for St. Mary's, but there were 2 interceptions thrown. One of those did turn into a pick 6 and a touchdown. Third down conversions, 4 of 16 for 25%. Fourth down conversions, 1 of 6 for 17%. Both those numbers I'm sure Coach Tepp would like to see a bit higher. Lumberjacks did not spend any time, not much time anyways, on the Kellogg side of the field, and they never did really get really close to the end zone. I think they got down to around the 30-yard line once or twice, but that was about it for the Lumberjacks on the offensive side of things. Leading the offense, Sean Elliott at the quarterback position, a senior. He was 7 of 23 throwing for 44 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Dylan Larson, the senior, had 24 carries for 85 yards, no touchdowns. He averaged 4 yards per carry. And Trey Gibson, a sophomore, he had 5 carries for 35 yards. He averaged 7 yards per carry. Jared Badgett had 2 catches for the Lumberjacks, 26 yards. And Tristan Nelson, he had 3 receptions for 13 yards on that game. Since we are fairly close, we'll take a look at the defense. Lumberjacks allowed 32 points in that game. Not all those points on the defense, so there's 12 points in the second half that were one was a defensive interception return for touchdown. The other was a oopsie on a punt, went over the head of Jared Badgett into the end zone, and the Wildcats recovered. So that was 12 points in the second half. Defense actually did a pretty good job in the second half of shutting Kellogg down. The Wildcats did end up with a total of 298 yards, right around actually probably just over 300 yards officially. They had 280-something yards passing and just about 20 yards rushing. So the Lumberjack run defense did a pretty good job as well. Third down conversions, not great for the Wildcats, 3 of 14, 21%. Fourth down conversions, 1 of 7 for 14%. Lumberjacks did not force any fumbles or recover or get any interceptions. The Lumberjack defense did allow 7 big plays. They did get 3 quarterback sacks, though, and all those sacks recorded by senior Kyle Seibert. Leading tackler, he was all over the place in that game. Jared Badgett, he really impressed me. He is a junior, one of the smaller guys on the field, a defensive back, and he made a ton of heads-up plays, tons of tackles. He ended up with 8.5 tackles in that game against the Wildcats. Kyle, of course, you don't necessarily always want to see your defensive back having the most tackles. You want your linebackers and your linemen to get those tackles, but Jared was literally flying around the field. Kyle Seibert, he had 7 tackles, not a bad night for him. 4.5 tackles for loss, and those 3 sacks, like I mentioned. Trey Gibson, a sophomore, he had 5 tackles and 1 tackle for loss. So Trey Gibson, being a sophomore in there on that varsity team, is playing very well as well. Some strengths and weaknesses. First game of the season, so it's really hard to judge. But obviously, like I mentioned, there were some drop passes, some wide open looks, bouncing right off the hands of the receivers. Hopefully we can see that get changed around a little bit. I did see a couple of drops in warm-up. So hopefully, though, that the Lumberjacks kind of have those first game jitters out of the way and will execute those receptions a little bit better. Execution-wise, mentally, as far as the standpoint of penalties, there was some offsides and some false starts last week. Hopefully they can clean up those false starts and those mental mistakes that they made. I'm sure Coach Tepp is hoping to see those issues cleared up as well. Let's go ahead and keep it here no, we'll take a quick break. Why not? And then we'll be back at a quick look at the Lakeside Eagles.
Everyone knows that the timber industry is a huge part of our community. Working in the timber industry requires big equipment, Big equipment requires a special mechanic or custom machined items to repair. Jake's Machine and Repair in St. Mary's is your very own full-service, large equipment diesel mechanic that not only has a full-size shop, but also has a service truck that can come straight to you when you break down in the woods. If you're in need of big truck or big equipment repair, stop by Jake's Machine and Repair at 106 Homer Drive in St. Mary's, or call 208-596-8819, 208-596-8819. Jake's Machine and Repair in St. Mary's.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades, and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs. Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades, and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
And we are back, and don't mind the little glitches I'm having here and there. I'm using a new system for running the commercials, and just getting used to using that. So having a couple of little glitches that are completely operator error. Taking a look at the Lakeside Eagles. Can't say much about the Lakeside Eagles. They are out of Washington. This is their first game of the 2021-2022 season. They are coached by Devin Bauer, and they were 5-1 last year. They have never played the Lumberjacks, so this is the first year for them to play St. Mary's. I did see a little bit of video on them. I think it was from a jamboree or a little scrimmage that they had last week. And to be honest with you, they looked about the same as Kellogg, maybe not quite as good. Kellogg's a pretty good football team this year. Kellogg's going to surprise a lot of people. They do run a spread offense. They like to throw the ball around a little bit, so it's going to be interesting to see how the Lumberjacks handle it tonight. So the Lakeside Eagles are out of 9 Miles Falls, so it's kind of quite a trip to get down here. So that is the Lakeside Eagles. Don't know a lot about them. Taking a look at other Lumberjack sports around the St. Mary's area, the Lumberjack girls, they are 0-2-1 on the season. They will be at Timberlake on Tuesday, and that'll be at 5 p.m. Their last game they played, they tied with Priest River 2-2. The boys, they sit with a 2-3 record after tonight's win over Orofino. They will be at Timberlake next Tuesday at 7 p.m. as well. On the 10th, varsity football will be hosting Freeman, Washington. That'll be at 7 p.m. here in St. Mary's. On the 11th, soccer will be at Grangeville, girls at noon, boys at 2 p.m. Volleyball will be at Orofino, and JV will be at 12, varsity at 1:30. And then this Saturday, tomorrow, 9/4, the Idaho Vandals host Simon Fraser Clan at 1 p.m. So that's a look at some upcoming schedules. Now we're going to do the national anthem, and I'm going to stick my headphones out the window. And we're back after the national anthem. We're going to see if we can get some starting lineups. I have the Lumberjack starters. So we'll get the Eagles defense. So we got number 7, Tomio Yamada. And we got Peyton Purgle, defensive back. I think it's Dane Krusch, defensive back. Mickelson is a linebacker, number 24. Osetjen is a linebacker.
James Jesse, linebacker.
See what we've got here as they get them out. I can see it better. So number 32, Ashtigan. Number 8, Purgel. Number 33, Jesse James is a linebacker.
Defensive line.
Again, kind of, they're not giving names or numbers. They're giving names, so it's kind of hard to get those starters. So for the Lumberjacks offensive starters, it should look like this. At quarterback is senior Sean Elliott. Running back is going to be number 18, Dylan Larson, and number 23, Trey Gibson. HB is number 84, Damian Vanderrob. Wide receivers, number 4, Tristan Nelson, number 2, Jared Badgett, and tight end, number 99, Tristan Hill. Up front, left tackle, number 77, Adam Rouse. Left guard, number 58, Chase Phillips. Center, number 69, Colby Renner. Right guard, number 60, Gavin Milliken. And right tackle, number 50, Landon Warren. So that is the starting offense for the Lumberjacks. And then we'll get the coin toss going. Set up my stats set up here. We just about ready for the home opener for your St. Mary's Lumberjacks taking on the Lakeside Eagles.
I certainly appreciate the dedication to high school folks.
So the captains for St. Mary's is Dylan Larson, Colby Renner, Tristan Nelson, and I believe Sean Elliott. For Lakeside, it's number 54. That is Rylan Pavlin. Number 87, Davison Tobeck. Number 5, Cole Hunsacker. And number 33, Jesse James. Hunsacker, the quarterback for the Eagles. Refs going over some ground rules down there, getting the looking at the coins and telling them heads and tails. I believe the visiting team will call it in the air. So now we just wait for that. Lumberjack football back on KOFE. We were hoping to be on last week, but technical difficulties out of our control actually railroaded that right off the tracks. Looks like the coin toss is up. Can't tell who won the toss. I think the Eagles won, and they are going to defer. So that means Lumberjacks will go on offense first. The Eagles will defend the west end zone, and the Lumberjacks the east end zone. Lumberjacks in their home green and gold, and the visiting Eagles in white and gray pants. So we're ready for some Lumberjack football here, everybody. Both sets of captains head back to their sidelines to get some last-minute instructions before the opening kick here. And like I said, Lumberjacks will see the ball first. I believe the kicker for the Eagles. Well, I thought it might have been number 41, but I'm not sure that that's who that is. The guy setting up the ball, oh, maybe it is number 41. 41 is Sadiro Patterson, 5'8", 150-pound sophomore for the Eagles. Back deep for the Lumberjacks. I do believe that is going to be Trey Gibson and Jared Badgett. The kick is off. Gibson with the reception at about the 15. And he's going to find a little bit of room ahead of the 20, but not a whole lot. And Lumberjacks will start 1st and 10 at about the 24-yard line. I think it was actually Dane Kruk with the kickoff for the Eagles. The Lumberjacks come out of their huddle. They've got everybody in tight. No wide receivers out wide this time, kind of like that wedge formation Lumberjacks have ran. Under center, the snap, it looks like it's going to be taken by Elliott, and Lumberjacks power forward for about 5 or 6 yards. And give them a 6-yard pickup. So that's up to about the 30-yard line for the Lumberjacks. 2nd and 5 to go. Lumberjacks, same formation. Elliott under center. Everybody in tight. Snap. Trying to push that pile again. This time not getting much forward push, and the pile is actually now going backwards. Maybe a yard gain on that one. Brings up 3rd and about 4 for the Lumberjacks on their own 30-yard line. Didn't get the push they wanted on that try with that same play. Called the wedge, and they're back in that wedge formation once again. Elliott under center. Takes a snap, pitches it off. This time it is to number 32 for the Lumberjacks. That's Ethan Kolar, and he's only going to pick up a few yards. Maybe 4th and about a yard for St. Mary's. Lumberjacks showing they're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Colby Renner, the center, up to the ball first, up into the wedge formation again. Elliott under center. Going to take the handoff. They go the opposite way this time to Gibson. Gibson's met in the backfield, though, by a whole host, and that's going to go nowhere. And Lumberjacks are going to lose yards and the ball. 1st and 10 for the Eagles after the failed 4th down try. Lumberjacks on defense now on the ball. Looks like it's about the 32-yard line of St. Mary's. Number 5 comes out to run the offense for the Eagles. It's Cole Hunziker. He is a 6'2", 270-pound junior quarterback. Nobody really spread out wide. One receiver to the near side, though. 2 receivers to the top of the formation. Everybody kind of tight into the formation. Calling for a man in motion. They're going to hand it off. It's a run to the near side to Yamada, and he's going to be tackled after a short gain by Jared Badgett. Gain of about 5. Out a little bit more. 1 receiver near side, 2 to the top of the formation. Shotgun for Hunsacker. Man in motion again. He's going to fake the handoff. Pitches it the opposite way into the hands of James. James finds some room on the outside. Gets all the way around the edge. Finally, he's going to be taken down, but a big gain. And I think the tackle was made by Trey Gibson. That was Peyton Purgle, I believe it was, with the carry. All the way down inside the 10.
1st and 10 Eagles now. Lumberjack 5.
1st and goal. Waiting for the snap. Man goes in motion from the near side across to the far side. Fakes the handoff. Going to drop back to throw. Looks to the corner. It's going to be almost picked off. Intended for Yamada, but there's Jared Badgett there to break the pass up.
Pass broken up by Jared Badgett. They're going to go now to the Eagles.
Badgett had a chance to pick that thing off, but just kind of squirted through his hands. Second and goal for the Eagles. Empty backfield. 3 receivers near side now, one to the top of the formation. Man goes in motion, far side of the near side, hands it off to him. That is Tobeck, and he's going to take it in up the middle for the touchdown. So the Eagles score first. Lumberjacks gave him a short field after the turnover on downs.
Touchdown, Lakeside.
And Lakeside is into the end zone at the 9-minute mark of the first quarter. Lakeside lines up for the extra point. For the kicking duties for that, it's number 24, Mickelson. Holding is Mickelson. The kick is up, and it is good. The kicker was number 11, Dane Crouch. The score 7-0 in favor of the Eagles. Will be back.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benawa, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
Well, about a 35-yard drive for the Eagles, capped off with a touchdown. Lumberjacks trail 7-0. And it's Dane Crouch to kick off for the Eagles. Back deep again for the Lumberjacks is Trey Gibson and Jared Badgett waiting just inside the 10-yard line. Crouch sets it up. Kick is off. Nice deep kick. Badgett's going to field it at about the 14-yard line. Gets a decent return all the way to the Eagle side of the 30. Back down to about the 34-yard line. A 20-yard gain on the return by Jared Badgett. The Lumberjacks will start over 1st and 10. This time they spread out the offense. They've got a receiver to the top of the formation, Tristan Nelson. Receiver to the near side. Takes the snap, hands it off to Kolar. Kolar breaks off the left side of the line and picks up about 4 yards. Nice run by Ethan Kolar. Second and 5 for the Lumberjacks now, up to their own 39-yard line. One receiver near side, Jared Badgett down here, and Nelson up top for the Lumberjacks. Elliott shotgun, takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Gibson around the near side. Gibson takes one hit, keeps on rocking, and he's going to pick up about a yard, but that was a tough run by Trey Gibson, the sophomore. Give him 2 yards on that carry, and that was a tough run by Gibson. Gibson, a 5'11", 175-pound sophomore. Once again, same formation, 2 receivers. Now the snap, we're going to look to throw. Elliott rolls to the left, finds Tristan Nelson on the far side at the 45 of the Eagles, and the pass is complete for Lumberjacks first down. Just short of the 45, actually about the 47 of the Eagles, a 12-yard pickup for the Lumberjacks. Badgett to the near side, Nelson top of the formation for the Lumberjacks. Again, shotgun. Handoff up the middle, this time to Dylan Larson, the senior, and he's going to power forward for about 3 or 4 yards before he runs into a wall. Second down, about 7. maybe a long 7. Again, we have Badgett to the near side for wide receivers. Tristan Nelson the top of the formation. Larson lined up behind Elliott. Elliott's going to hand it off to Kolar. Kolar takes it left side, and he picks up about 4 or 5 before he's taken down. He's tackled at the 40. Nice run again by the Lumberjacks. Just short of the 40, about the 41 of the Eagles, a gain of 3 yards. 3rd and about 4. Lumberjacks have a receiver to the near side and a receiver to the top of the formation. That's Badgett and Nelson. The snap to Elliott, the handoff, and Dylan Larson was wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, but he's able to hop forward for a couple. It's going to be 4th and short for the Lumberjacks.
It's going to be 4th and 2. On the right side, 38.
So we got about 4th and 2 to go. Lumberjacks on the plus side of the field, so they're going to go for it. Change of some personnel as Badgett runs off for the Lumberjacks. Trey Gibson comes in. Lumberjacks look like they're going to go into that wedge formation once again. Everybody in tight. Elliott with the ball under center. The snap. Elliott's going to hand it off to Gibson or to Kolar, and Kolar gets the edge, and I believe has the first down. Down to the Lakeside 35-yard line, and just to the 34, it looks like. A gain of about 6 by Ethan Kolar. Lumberjack drive continues. Back to the same formation. The receivers, top and bottom. It's going to be a handoff again up the middle. I did not catch who it was running the ball. I think it was more than likely Larson, and it was. Short gain of about a yard. Nine for the Lumberjacks now from the Lakeside 33-yard line. One receiver near side, one to the top of the formation. Elliott again in the pistol, takes the handoff, or takes the snap. He's going to throw. It's complete to Badgett. Badgett reverses field. No, it's not Badgett, it's Gibson. And Gibson didn't quite cut it up early enough. It looked like he might have broke free coming near side, but he's going to get tackled for just a short gain. Third and about 8 yards for the Lumberjacks now. One receiver, 2 receivers, up to 3 receivers, top of the formation. Nobody on the lower side. Elliott looks to throw a little pump fake, looking for Gibson, and it's going to be incomplete over the head of Gibson. It's a little bit high on that pass attempt. Brings up 4th and 7 for the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks showing punt. And play field position here as they got Badgett out there to punt. Back to receive is, I can't see the number on him, it's a low line drive. He's going to tell everybody to get away from it. Then he grabs it. It's number 87. He's going to grab it at about the 5. That was Dawson Tobick on the return. And let's see where they put that ball down at. It's at the 10, so not a big gain. I did not see who made the tackle for the Lumberjacks on that one. So the Eagles still lead 7-0 over the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks had a nice drive going, decided to punt on 4th down on the plus side of the field. They pin the Eagles back. They come out with 2 receivers to the near side, one to the top of the formation, and Hunsaker is in the shotgun. Calls a man in motion. It's Yamada. Going to be handed off to somebody up the middle, and he busts through that Lumberjack line. He is off to the races, and I think it might be Chiro Patterson, and he's going to take it to the house as he just busted right through the Lumberjack defense. So the hero Patterson with a 90-yard run for a touchdown. Eagles up now 13-0 over the Lumberjacks, still about midway through the first quarter. Prooch lines up for the extra point. Holding it is number 24, Mickelson. The snap is good. The kick is good. And the score is 14-0 in favor of the Lakeside Knights. And we've got 4:05 to go in the first period. We'll be back.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
One play, 90 yards for the Lakeside Eagles as they scored their second touchdown of the first half. They lead 14-0 over the Lumberjacks. Back deep to return the kick is Gibson on the far side of the field and Badgett near side. As Kruk lines up to kick the ball away for the Eagles. Approaches the ball. The kick is off. Nice deep kick. Badgett builds it at the 10. Takes it to the far side of the field. Finds a little lane down the sideline. Turns on the afterburners, and he's going to be taken down at the Lumberjack 44.
Lumberjack 45-yard line.
So nice return for Badgett there. Gain of 35 yards. Decent starting field position for the Lumberjacks for their third drive of the game. First drive, they turned it over on down. Second drive, they punted it away. So far, both possessions for the Eagles have netted points. Receivers, we've got Nelson to the near side this time. Two receivers near side. Going to hand it off. It's going to be Gibson to the far side. Takes it around the left end and picks up a couple.
Gibson for a couple.
About 3 yards for Gibson. Second down and 7 yards to go for the Lumberjacks. Up across the Lumberjack 48-yard line. Two receivers coming down to the near side this time. We've got Badgett on the inside. In the slot, you got Nelson on the outside. Elliott takes the snap. He's going to quick throw to Badgett. Badgett, a little whoop-de-doo around the defender, and it's going to get him about a half a yard on the reception. Brings up third and about 6 for the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks break the huddle. Just barely on their side of the 50-yard line. We've got, it looks like, two receivers top of the formation with Badgett and Nelson. Larson lined up behind Elliott. Elliott takes the snap, going to drop back, rolls to the left, throws it. Nobody there to make the catch, as I think his intended receiver might have been Badgett, but Badgett was overthrown. I think it was Badgett over there, but it was kind of thrown between Badgett and Nelson. He threw that closer to the sticks, like he was anticipating his receiver to be up more to the first down marker. Maybe a little miscommunication on where they were expecting him to be. That'll bring in the punting unit once again, as Jared Badgett will line up to kick from his 30. Back deep is number 87, Toback. That's a short punt. It might have been partially blocked. It's going to roll out of bounds at about the Lakeside 35. So no return on that one. First and 10 now for the Eagles as they get their third possession. See if the Lumberjack defense can come up with a stop here. Lakeside in their huddle, up to the line of scrimmage. Two receivers come to the near side. Number 7, that's Yamada, and number 8, Peyton Pergel. One receiver to the top of the formation. I believe that's Tobeck. Hunsacker, actually now Yamada goes to the top of the formation. Hunsacker in the shotgun. He's got a running back lined up behind him. Going to take the snap. No, calls a man in motion. Going to fake the handoff. Pressure's coming through. He's able to escape the pressure. He's going to look for Yamada, and he just overthrows him down the sideline. Trey Gibson in coverage for the Lumberjacks. Gibson did a good job. It looked like I didn't really look and survey the whole field for coverage, but the coverage looked like it did a pretty good job all across the board on that one. Rewatching some of the film against Kellogg, and there was receivers getting lost all over in the Lumberjack defense in that game where the defensive backs for St. Mary's were getting all turned around. So be curious to see if the Lumberjacks stayed a little bit more on their coverage in this one. 3 receivers down to the near side again this time. Hunsacker calls a man in motion. That's Yamada. He's going to hand it off to Yamada. Yamada gets the edge, and he's going to pick up about 8 yards before being tackled. And the tackle, I think, was Adam Rouse. It's like a gain of 9. Adam Rouse, a senior, makes the tackle. Brings up 3rd and short for the Eagles. See what the Lumberjack defense can come up with here. See if they can get the stop. 1 receiver top of the formation. 2 receivers kind of bunched down here on the near side. Shotgun, man in motion. Now it's Tobeck coming from the far side. It looked like he meant to pitch it, but his pitch man wasn't there, so Hunsacker tries to tuck it down and bring it himself, and he's not going to get it. There is a flag. Busted play. Going to be a hold against Lakeside. I think St. Mary's would elect to. I don't know. We'll see what happens if they. Are they going to accept it, or are they going to? St. Mary's is going to accept it, so it'll be a 10-yard penalty. It'll still be 3rd down. It'll be 3rd and 12 for the Lakeside Eagles. Lumberjacks off to back them up.
3rd and 11 now for the Eagles.
The Eagles have 2 receivers at the top of the formation, 1 down to the near side. Hunsacker in the shotgun. He's got a running back lined up behind him. On out signals. Nobody in. He's going to get. I don't know. No, that's going to be a legal procedure against the Eagles. Lumberjacks jumped, but they did not touch anybody. They were able to get back, and it's going to be a 5-yard false start penalty against the Lakeside Eagles. So that'll bring up 3rd and about 17 for Lakeside. 1 receiver to the near side, that's Tobeck. 2 receivers in tight on the top of the formation, or 1 receiver. Yeah, still 2 receivers. Shotgun with 1 running back. Hunsacker looks to throw. He's going to go deep. He's looking for Tobeck. Coverage is there, but Tobeck makes a great catch over Jared Badgett all the way down to Lumberjack 45-yard line.
Tobeck for an Eagle 1st down. Lumberjack 35.
Badgett was there. Badgett was all over him. The ball is fumbled. It's down, and the Lumberjacks, I think, come away with it as Colby Renner comes up with the takeaway. That ball goes back to the 40 on a kind of a bad snap. It came off of the quarterback, and, well, nobody caused that for St. Mary's. But recovering it was Colby Renner for the Jacks. With 40 seconds left in the first quarter, we're going to get a Handoff and a tackle looked like in the backfield as that play didn't go anywhere for Larson. Loss of about 4 yards.
Loss of 3 on the play. Second down and 13.
And that may see if Lumberjacks let the clock run out here on the, or if they run another play. Headed up to the line of scrimmage. 11 seconds. All the receivers to the top of the formation. 2 of them. Elliott takes the snap. He's going to look to throw. Rolls to the left side. Left-handed quarterback. He's calling for his receiver to come back to him. It's tipped. It's caught by Badgett off the tip, and Badgett has a first down for the Lumberjacks. Nice awareness there of Jared Badgett to see that ball get tipped up by the defense and to come away with it and to get the Lumberjack a first down. So that'll be the end of the first quarter. Lumberjacks trail 14-0 to the Lakeside Eagles, and we'll take a break and come back with the second quarter of action from St. Mary's.
Are your friends and family tired of sleeping with Fido when they visit? Maybe Fido's tired of sleeping with them. Either way, the Pines Motel is there to save the day. With large, spacious rooms, comfortable beds, and even a mini fridge, Fido may get jealous. Save the floor for Fido and call Kevin of the Pines Motel at 245-2545. That's the Pines Motel in St. Mary's. I'm sure your friends and family would appreciate it, and so would Fido.
If you have OCD, obsessive coffee disorder, then stop by Shift and Grind, located in the green building right across the street from Jack's Pharmacy. Shift and Grind is a proud Lumberjack supporter and has something for everyone. From regular coffees to lattes, mochas, and more, Shift and Grind will keep your day going. Try a Red Bull infused or Lotus energy drink if you're not a coffee fan. On Lumberjack home game days, wear your Lumberjack colors and get a discount on your favorite drink. Shift and Grind now has indoor seating. Shift and Grind open 5 to 6 Monday through Friday, 6 to 4 on the weekend. Shift and Grind, 132 North 1st Street, right here in St. Mary's. And we're back, and it'll be the second quarter of play, and the Lumberjacks trail 14-0 to the Lakeside Eagles. Shout out to the chain crew for St. Mary's. We got the 3 Kennys out there, Kenny Bechtel, Kenny Osier, and Kenny Schiermeister. Also helping out is Dale Pritchard. Lumberjacks come out with 1 receiver to the top, 1 receiver to the bottom, 1st and 10 from the 50. Elliott's going to throw. He finds his receiver. That's Nelson here on the near side, down to the 35 of the Eagles with the catch. And Lumberjacks are catching the ball here tonight. Pick up a 15 for Nelson.
And that's another Lumberjack.
Lumberjack first down. St. Mary's got a little something going here on offense. See if they can keep that roll going to the end zone. Lumberjacks break the huddle, headed up to the line of scrimmage. Got Badgett in the slot. Nelson up top on the far out wide receiver. Elliott, shotgun, more like the pistol formation. He's got a running back behind him. They're going to hand it off. That's Larson. Larson powers forward. Nice run by Dylan Larson. Picks up 7 or 8 yards. I'm going to call it 7. Call it 6. Second down and 4 for the Lumberjacks now, up to the 29 of the Lakeside Eagles. Back to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers top of the formation. Badgett in the slot. Elliott calling signals, takes the snap, drops back. It looks like it's a screen play just off the mark intended for Nelson. Brings up 3rd down and about 4 yards to go for the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks have had a pretty good drive going thus far. Hopefully they can keep it going. Those 2 receivers now come to the near side with Badgett still in the slot, Nelson on the outside. Elliott, shotgun or pistol, takes the snap, drops back. He's going to look to throw to Tristan Hill, the tight end, on the far side of the field and just a little bit too tall, and it's going to be incomplete. just out of the reach of Nelson. Hill, and Hill is not a short guy by any means. 6'2", 210-pound junior tight end. Brings up fourth. Lumberjacks going to go for it. Fourth and about 4. Same formation, just flipped. You got the receivers to the top of the formation now. Elliott calling signals, takes a snap, hands it off to Larson. Larson picks up a few. I'm not sure if he picked up enough for the first or not. There is a flag as well. The face mask against Lakeside. So you tack that on. And the Lumberjacks will have a first down. Could move the ball up almost all the way. Actually, it might be more like a horse collar or brought him down by the back of the helmet type of thing or something.
And that's another Lumberjack.
Looks like they're going to move the ball up to the 20 only with that, though. First and 10, though, for the Lumberjacks. Ball looks like it might not be quite to the 20. Might be about the 21. Lumberjacks change up the setting now. They got one receiver near side, one to the top of the formation. Going to take the snap, hands it off on a reverse to Gibson, but Gibson can't get the edge. Just a short gain for Trey Gibson.
Gibson is the ball carrier.
Maybe a yard and a half on that carry. We'll give him a 1-yard carry. Second and 9 now for the Lumberjacks. They've got the ball down to about the Lakeside 20. This is the Lakeside Eagles out of 9 Mile Falls, Washington. Two receivers near side, Badgett in the slot. Larson lined up behind Elliott. Elliott takes a snap, quick throw. It's going to be broken up. Good read by Cedero Patterson as he almost could have picked that off and took it to the house, but he just jumps in front of that and knocks the ball down. As he read that as he was not fooled by the quick step by Nelson, as Nelson tried to fake a go route type of thing and then came back and just settled down. They weren't falling for it. Same formation. Got Badgett in the slot near side. Nelson outside receiver. Elliott takes the pistol snap. He's going to roll here to the left, looking deep for Nelson. Nelson tries to go up high at the 10-yard line. Can't make the catch. Just overthrows him just a little bit, actually. Bring that down just a little bit. Nelson could probably have used that height and pulled that ball in, as it was just overthrowing him. And that's kind of tough to do with Nelson. I mean, he is listed as 6'5", 205 pounds. So that'll bring up 4th and 9 for the Lumberjacks on the plus side of the field. They're going to go for it on their own, or on the Lakeside 20-yard line. This time they split their receivers up. You've got Nelson near side. You've got Badgett to the top of the formation. Taking the snap is Elliott. He's going to take a quick drop. He's looking deep. And Nelson is going to go up. He pulls it in. Touchdown, Lumberjacks. What a circus catch from Nelson. Oh, man, I can't believe he brought that in. As the defender was, I believe, Tobeck, he was thinking there was offensive pass interference, but Nelson didn't push off him or anything. He just went up above him and got that ball and pulled it down. And the ball even came loose, and he was still able to track that ball down and pull it in as he's fallen to the ground. Lumberjacks look like they're going to go for the extra point here. Jared Badgett will attempt the kick. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and that looks good. And it is. So Lumberjacks make the score 14 Lakeside, 7 St. Mary's with 8:05 to go in the first half. We'll be back.
Fall is just around the corner, and it's time to think about getting ready for winter. Get Big Lumber in St. Mary's is just what you need for all your winter prep. Paint your house, patch the roof, or build a storage for all your firewood. Maybe you just need to fix that leaky faucet. 10th Street Lumber has the supplies you need for all your do-it-yourself projects. Stop by 10th Street Lumber today and save on all your home improvement needs. 10th Street Lumber, 1000 Railroad Avenue in St. Mary's.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-255. And we are back. Lumberjacks put a pass into the end zone, get the touchdown, and they make it a one-possession game. St. Mary's trails 14-7 to the Lakeside Eagles about halfway through the first half. 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Jared Badgett will kick the ball off for the Lumberjacks. Back deep, we've got number 41, Patterson, and I believe it's number 7, Yamada, to return the kick. I think they're saying they want 8:40 put on the clock. Well, they're trying to get the clock straightened out. Right now it says 89 minutes. That's a long for quarter. Now it says 90 minutes. Trying to get the clock sorted out. First home game here, so it takes a little time to remember how to get things worked out here. There they go. Now they got things rolling. Now they can get the gameplay going again as Badgett to kick it off for St. Mary's. Yamada and Patterson back deep for the Eagles. Nice kick by Badgett. Going to be fielded up about the 22. They're going to get it to Patterson. Patterson breaks the edge, and he's going to be taken down short of the 40. I think it was Sean Hunter with the tackle. Ball at about the 38-yard line.
First and 10 Eagles now, and they're on 40.
Eagles break the huddle, coming up to the line of scrimmage. They've got two receivers to the near side, and Kruk and Yamada. Two receivers top of the formation. Can't see their numbers. Empty backfield. Hunsaker all alone in the shotgun. Going to send the man in motion. Top of the formation coming near side. It's going to hand it off to him. Going to see if they can get the blocking. He does find a gap, sheds a couple of tackles, and that is number 33, James. He's going to be tackled by Badgett and Seibert after a big game into Lumberjack territory.
The Eagles are first down.
Looks like they're going to mark him back at the 40.
They're going to spot it at the Lumberjack
44 yard line. Badgett and Seibert on the tackle for St. Mary's. Same formation, except for they had a running back in the backfield. Going to be a throw this time. Intended for number 24, Mickelson, and it was too wide of the target. In coverage was Trey Gibson. Brings up 2nd and 10 now from the 44 of St. Mary's. Two receivers top of the formation, Kruk and Yamada. One receiver near side. That is Tobeck. Running back in the backfield. Hunsaker in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Going across the middle and behind his intended receiver, which was Yamada. Nelson was there in coverage. Brings up 3rd and 10 for the Eagles. We've got three receivers at the top of the formation, Tobeck, Yamada, and Kruk. Down to the near side, it looks like it's number 24. That is Mickelson. Shotgun formation, the whole offensive line flinched. No flag. Now we get a late flag and a whistle and a false start called. I've seen that whole line flinch. They must have flinched the second time because it was a late flag that came in from the far line judge. So back up the Eagles to 3rd and 15. The ball now just at about the 49 of St. Mary's. Just still barely in Lumberjack territory. 3 receivers top of the formation. Tobeck, Kruick, and Yamada. Near side is Mickelson. Eagles in the shotgun. Hunzacker calls for man in motion from the top of the formation. Coming down. Going to fake the handoff. Pressure coming through. And he's going to throw the ball quickly. Trey Gibson with the interception at the 35. Now the return is on. He's taken down at the 50. Nice interception by Trey Gibson. And Clark Grogan has just popped into the booth. Guess I better turn up his headset. Welcome to the game, Mr. Grogan.
Hello, hello. I got here just in time to see that nice interception.
Yeah, beautiful touchdown by from Elliott to Nelson just a little while ago.
I could see the potential in that happening a lot.
It was a circus catch, to tell you the least of it. Going to have a little reverse handoff to Gibson, and it didn't really fool. Gibson does shake off one tackle, though. Nice second effort by Trey Gibson as he picks up about 3 yards on the carry.
Kept his legs moving really well on that one. That made it harder to bring him down.
7.5 minutes to go before halftime. Lumberjacks looking to see if they can answer the 14-point deficit they had. As it is now 14-7, Lumberjacks trailing. Lumberjacks, so after that interception, seeing if they can put together another drive and tie this thing up. One receiver each side for the Lumberjacks, going to take the snap, the handoff to Larson. Larson keeps those legs churning and picks up about 4. So the running game has kind of picked up where we've seen them in Kellogg. They've been fairly effective so far in this one, Clark.
Well, they've got a good deep offensive line to be able to make some holes for them to do that, and then it's for the runner's actually responsibility to get some leg movement and find those holes.
3rd and about 3. Nelson to the near side. Badgett top of the formation. Elliott takes the snap, hands it off to Larson, and nobody touched Larson until he was past the first down marker. And then he lowered his head and said, "Bring on the contact." Takes that ball just short of the 35.
Good blocking by the offensive line of the Lumberjacks.
The Lumberjacks get another first down. Moving the ball well now. Scoring for Lakeside was a touchdown pass early on and then a 90-yard run by Lakeside. Another reverse handoff, and it's Ethan Kolar this time on first down, and he's going to get a nice chunk after dodging the first tackler that was at about the line of scrimmage. Able to make himself some room and then picks up a good chunk of 4 to 5 yards.
Maybe not.
Oh, maybe not. Only about 2 yards.
Wasn't as generous as you were going to.
Yeah, that angle threw me off. A pickup is still a pickup. A positive gain is still what you want. 2nd and a long 8. The snap, going to be a throw. And that one comes up short of the receiver. It was intended for Nelson. If he had just a little more oomph on that one, then it was Nelson kind of had his defender where he wanted him. Just I don't know what happened on that one. Elliott just misjudged how much power he had to put behind it, I guess. Brings up 3rd and 8. And again, one receiver near side is Nelson. Top of the formation, Badgett. Elliott in the pistol, takes the snap, drops back. He's going to throw deep. He's got Gentry, and it's just off of his fingertips. Incomplete at the 10-yard line.
That's intended for Nelson. goes incomplete, and that brings up fourth down.
That'll bring up 4th and 8 on the Lumberjack, or on the Eagle side of the field. Lumberjacks didn't punt in this situation earlier to try to switch field position, but it looks like they're going to go for it this time. They break the huddle. 2 receivers coming to the near side. We've got Badgett in the slot. Nelson out wide. Elliott in the pistol. Larson lined up behind him. Takes a snap. Rolls to the left side. He's going to look to throw. He's going to the sideline to Nelson. It's juggled and dropped out of bounds.
Tim, I'm still seeing a lot of drop balls so far.
Well, it was the case earlier.
Okay.
They've been doing a good job of catching, and those were fairly, well, that one was, he was pretty open, but that one was juggled going out of bounds. A couple of the other ones have been fairly well covered. Hasn't been any wide open drops like in Kellogg. On that last one, I'm not sure if they would have actually called that as a catch because he was kind of still juggling that thing as he went out of bounds.
Hard from where we are to see if that would have been or not. You're right.
And I think they've got the clock still running. And Whitehead is trying to get the booth to say, hey, guys, come on, turn everyone down. You got to stop that clock. Now they've got to set some time back on it, and I think the field judge is looking at me, and I'm not the clock operator.
5:20 is what I'm looking at, or 5:02 or something like that.
So he was looking at me at first thinking that we might be the clock operator.
Tim, you're not that
He
important.
can't
Don't worry about
that.
that.
Up here in this part. So I just gave him
5:20 is what's left on the clock.
I gave him a thumb to point to the other side.
First game of the season here for a home team. So
Yeah.
Going to have
Exactly.
those mistakes.
So 5 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock. The Eagles, I believe this is their 4th possession now. They break the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. They've got, looks like they're going to have one receiver to the near side. Can't see a number on him. It's 30-something. 2 receivers top of the formation. Empty backfield for Hunziker. Gets a man in motion. Oh, and we're going to get whistle. I don't see a flag.
Well, there's something, of course.
It might have been an equipment issue or something because they're sending number 50, Ben Watson, for the Eagles off the field, bringing in Nate Pickens. So I'm not sure if it was a...
I think it's just making a certain sub. Something must have happened. Maybe even a small injury or something that he noticed. Blood or whatever.
Yeah, same formation. 3 receivers top of the formation. 1 near side. Man goes in motion. Going to hand it off to that motion man. That's James, Jesse James. He gets the edge. Picks up about 8 or 9 before brought down by a host of Lumberjacks. Call it a gain of 8. So 2nd and short on the Eagles' 43-yard line. 3 receivers near side. Throw it out into the flat to Toback. Toback makes the catch, and we're going to get a flag for, I think, a block in the back, as Gibson was all over Toback and wrestled him to the ground, and I think there was a block in the back, it looked like, from, I might have been number 8. It might have been Purgle. It wasn't much of a block in the back.
The face mask.
Oh, it's against St. Mary. Okay, well, I was off on that one. So that's the penalty against the Lumberjacks then. Gibson did a good job of holding on to that big boy, too. Toback is a 5'10", 170-pound senior. He looks a lot bigger in those in his gear. The ball is just inside the 45.
Maybe on St. Mary's.
We have a pre-snap penalty and
encroachment.
St. Mary's has been doing pretty good on those penalties. They haven't had a whole lot of penalties. I think it's only the second. I think that's only the second penalty of the game for them. Two receivers far side. Going to takes the handoff. Hunziker looks to throw. He's going to get hit as he throws. And that ball is perfectly placed to Mickelson.
Touchdown.
And Mickelson takes it to the house. Right between the defenders. 41-yard hookup from Hunsaker to Mickelson. And the Eagles answer that Lumberjack touchdown.
Beautiful touchdown pass. That makes the score 20-7. Eagles.
That'll bring Pruitt to kick for the Eagles. He's 2 for 2 on extra point. Ooh, St. Mary's leave early. Guess
no,
what?
It didn't matter, though.
Nope, it is good.
They made that point.
Good. That makes it
21-7 with 4:16 to go. Lakeside Knights lead. We'll be back.
Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feeds and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. Triple X Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Mary's, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturdays. Triple X Feeds, a proud Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsor.
Don't miss out on life's...
And we are back, and the Lumberjacks had some stuff going for them, but they turned the ball over on downs back to Lakeside. Lakeside answers quickly with a couple of plays and a touchdown. They extend the lead back out to 14, 21-7. And just another recap, I told you guys in the pregame, Lumberjack soccer, boys soccer won today against Orofino. I believe the final score was 4-2. So congratulations to the Lumberjack boys soccer team getting their second win of the season. They are now 2-3 on the year. Next game they have, boys and girls, will be at Timberlake on Tuesday, playing late in the evening, 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock, I think, are the game times. We're actually going to be probably broadcasting those soccer games for you. At least I will. Clark isn't going to go along for soccer.
I'm not going to be able to get my English accent working well that day.
Plus, you're going to be teaching.
I am really busy now, Tim. That's for sure.
Kickoff by Pruitt. Going to be picked up at about the 5 by Badgett. Deep kick by Pruitt. Beauty. Badgett, though, finds some room. He's into the open. Nope, he's tackled. He looked like he had a gap for a minute. And that gap closed down with some nice speed by the Eagles, but it's still a good return.
Out to the 39 or 40, it looks like to me. It looks 39, I think.
About a 35-yard return by Jared Badgett as he brought that across the field and upfield for a nice return. If he would have had just one more block, he might have taken that to the house. Lumberjacks have 4 minutes to bring this closer. Hand off to Larson. Larson carries it up the middle for about 4. JV boys won today, Clark, by a score of, I think it was 12-6.
Well, that's good.
It was a good game, too.
I'm sure Coach Buckler's pretty happy with that.
I mean, there was still some miscues and stuff that needed to be cleaned up, but it was just an even, hard-fought battle between both teams. Had some issues with the quarterback controlling the snap for St. Mary's in the beginning of the game.
Got that worked out, I'm assuming.
Nelson the top of the formation. Badgett slot. No receiver to the near side. Going to take the snap. Elliott looks to throw. He's going to... Well, that
he didn't follow the pattern.
Miscue on the play there. Nelson looped back around. It looked like he was close to the right play, but...
I don't know. He came in on the slot, it looked like, and I think quarterback thought it was going outward toward the sideline.
Yeah.
It did not happen.
It looked like Nelson was looking at kind of like that catch-and-go, a little bit of a screen kind of type play.
Neither one were on the same page with that one.
And Elliott was looking for him to still be out wide. Going off the field is Tristan Hill. Coming in is Ethan Kolar. As Lumberjacks reset it. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. Now we're going to get, I think, a Lumberjack timeout, probably, at St. Mary's.
They haven't pointed it. Yep, there they go. It is St. Mary's.
St. Mary's wants to get
that referee just kept waving his arm up and up, but didn't point the direction for it seemed like forever.
So that touchdown catch for Nelson was pretty impressive as he had to go up high for it down here, Clark. and he was behind the defender. Luckily, used that height and his vertical advantage. The ball ended up being kind of tipped, and Nelson was able to follow it all the way around and grab it before it hits the ground.
That's good news.
The defender was kind of asking for a pass interference, but from my angle, I'm not an official. But from what I seen, it just looked to me like Nelson was just over the top of him fighting for the ball. He didn't push off of him or anything. It didn't look like he did anything egregious, I didn't think. But, again, I'm not an official, so I know the coach for the Eagles was talking to the ref afterwards a little bit, too.
Okay, Indian Elementary TCO is having a lap over by where you get
I'll wait for that timeout to be over. It is third down and about 6 for the Lumberjacks. 3:23 to go in the first half. St. Mary's trails 21-7.
Get your tickets. They're going to draw at halftime, and you'll see great baskets for prizes.
One receiver near side, one top of the formation. They're going to hand it off. I think it was Nelson, or not Nelson, it's Larson. He backs his way
A little
across.
short.
Comes up a few yards short.
Now, are you going to go for this or not? I wouldn't want to put them in such good position with 3:12 left. But their running game looks pretty good. So they
4 yards
really
or 5 yards.
You tell me.
On the run. Yeah, apparently that was good to stop it there at 4 yards. It says 4th and 1.
Well, Elliott's still out there right now, so who knows?
Yeah, they're waiting for him. They're going to get a measurement, it looks like. So it was apparently really close.
It looked like a yard or two short to me, but that's why I'm up here, I guess.
You don't get a lot of measurements in high school. You do on occasion.
That's going to be short.
Not by a whole lot, but yeah, about a half a yard or so.
About a foot.
Short by about the length of a football.
The Lumberjacks look like they're going to
I
go
think
for it.
I think they ought to. They don't want to. They need to have a momentum builder right here.
Bringing Ethan Kolar, Tristan Hill, and Trey Gibson into the huddle. Badgett's going to go to the sideline.
Interesting to see what Lakeside's going to set up. Are they going to stack the line of scrimmage, making it tougher? And if they do, will it be read well to where maybe they can dunk over it and get about 5 to 6 yards behind them or something?
It looks to me like St. Mary's is going to go into their wedge. Sniffer wedge formation, everybody in tight. Elliott under center. They started with this, and they didn't do too bad, but they did go for it in 4th and short on their own side of the field earlier, and they didn't get it.
4th and inches for the Lumberjacks.
4th and short. Wedge formation. The snap. And it's going to be handoff around the near side, and I think it is Ethan Kolar, and he picks up the first down with a nice run.
Good 5 yards, I think, on that one.
Kolar on the carry, and that's another Lumberjack.
Lumberjacks get the first down. Went off tackle with that instead of going up the middle, and definitely got themselves some room around the edge. Now they spread everything back out. One receiver near side, one at the top of the formation. That's Badgett and Nelson. Going to hand it off this time again to Larson, the workhorse, and he's going to power forward for 4 or 5 yards. I'm going to give it as 4.
Larson on the carry.
2nd and 6. Colby Renner, the center this year for the Lumberjacks. He heads up to the ball first. Now everybody else, again, wedge formation. Elliott under center, looks over the line. Going to do that off that little pitch again this time.
They read that one.
It was read well. And Kolar loses
down for a loss.
About a yard on that one.
For defense by that Lakeside.
Maybe 2 yards. Lakeside was not falling for it to go that way again.
Loss of 3. It's 3rd and 7 for the Jacks.
Lumberjacks do have a few pass plays out of this. This might be kind of why they're running this, because they've never played these guys. So they don't 100% know St. Mary's offense. One receiver near side, that's Nelson. Badgett, top of the formation. Pistols for Elliott. Takes the snap. He's going to look deep. There's good coverage, and it's going to be tipped away at the last second by that coverage.
Good coverage on that.
Patterson with the coverage on Badgett.
He had him step for step on.
Oh, yeah. That was a pretty good throw by Elliott, too. There just wasn't enough room. You got Tobeck, who is not Tobeck, that's 41 Patterson. He's 5'8". They've got Badgett listed at 5'10", but I think that's a little generous.
That is generous, if you ask me.
Might have been a 5'8" against 5'8", but even Patterson looks a little bit taller than that. Going for it again, 4th and long. Elliott's going to throw. There's
a
pass
flag
interference.
There it is.
I've seen the back judge's hand go into his pocket. The defender, I believe that was Kruk, wrapped his arms around Nelson. He tried to make his break.
Just a little early on that wrap.
And that should be a PI.
Should be an automatic first down.
Against the Eagles.
Lumberjacks automatic first down for St. Mary's. I think he knew he was beat. Override on that one. It's going to be a first down just to the opposite, just about the 29 of the Eagles. Handoff to Larson. And Larson runs into the back of his own line for a second. He's able to squeak through. Looks like he might have, maybe a yard. We'll be generous and give him a yard. Second down and 9 for the Lumberjacks as we get under a minute. Two receivers near side. Elliott rolls to the left. He's going to look to throw. He's going to Gentry just off his fingertips. They're trying to get him out of bounds to stop the clock. And the incompletion stops the clock as well. So either way, but you want them yards as well to go along with it. It'll be third down and 9.
And I think it's really important that they try to get that touchdown in before the half so that they have a little more momentum riding for them going into the second half.
I believe St. Mary's still has 2 timeouts. They can still complete some inbounds. 2 receivers top of the formation for St. Mary's. Now everybody left early on the Lumberjacks, and that will be a pre-snap penalty. That'll go against St. Mary's. That'll march them back 5.
If it's a call against the Jacks, that'll be a 5-yard loss and make it 3rd and 14.
Hasn't been as many of the procedural type penalties in this game, but the ones that have are any procedural penalty is a killer.
Well, that's their 4th penalty since I've been here, Tim. Maybe I better leave it.
I was going to say, they didn't have a whole lot before you got here. Not that I want you to leave, but 2 receivers near side this time. Badgett in the slot. Nelson lined up outside. Pistol formation. Taking the snap is Elliott. Rolls to the left side. Going to throw it to Badgett. Badgett with the catch. He's quickly met, but he bring up 4th down at about the 25.
I don't think they only gained about 3 maybe.
Just short of the 25. It might be the 26-yard line. Gain of about 7 according to my stats program here. If I'm close, it should be 4th and about 7 yards to go with 35 seconds before halftime. St. Mary's calls a quick timeout. 4th down, they're going to they're going to take a shot for the first down, definitely. They've got time to where if they can get the first down play, they've still got 1 timeout, I think, to stop the clock if it's something that's in bounds. Pretty nice night, clear, no clouds in the sky.
Very pleasant.
Warm, but
oh, I don't think it's that bad. I'm still in my shorts and enjoying that.
Nice to be under the lights again for Friday Night Lights. Like I said, in our pregame, I mentioned to everybody that we were under the lights last Friday, but due to some technical difficulties that were beyond our control, we weren't able to get that game on the air. We tried.
Boy, and we had such great insights for last week, Tim. Yeah. They were just waiting for us.
It was a perfect broadcast for what happened.
No flaws, nothing.
1 receiver near side, 1 to the top of the formation. The snap to Elliott. He's looking. He's going to go deep. Great coverage down there. And it's going to be intercepted. I think even intercepted in the end zone.
That's a touchback.
As it was Patterson that makes the interception, and Badgett just wasn't open. That's the bad thing about that is Patterson has been all over him.
Well, desperate times and with only less than a minute to play, that's what you do sometimes. You'll throw into coverage. Not that you want them to, but they will do it, especially at this level.
Nobody was really the tackler. Badgett just happened to be there.
Tim, was Elliott a backup quarterback last year for the varsity team?
I believe so, yeah. He was basically the backup quarterback.
We never got to see much time, of course.
Well, they only played 4 games to begin with. So let's see with 28 seconds what the Eagles try to do. They've got the shotgun formation, 3 receivers top of the formation, one of the near side, man in motion from top to bottom, fakes the handoff, and he's looking to throw. Hunziker finds his man, but he overthrows him. In the flats was Jesse James, and it's incomplete. What a name for a kid, huh? Jesse James.
Mm-hmm.
Not really anybody in coverage on that one. He was pretty open in the flat. As Lumberjacks probably playing to not let anything deep. So, well, that leaves 24 seconds on the clock. Lumberjacks have put a little bit of pressure on the quarterback, but they haven't gotten to him yet. 2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. 1 running back in the backfield. Taking the snap is Hunziker. Quick throw out into the flat. It's caught by Yamada. And he is tackled on the sideline by Trey Gibson. And a quick whistle was Yamada shaken up slightly. Oh, did they say? Yeah, he was complete. Pretty sure it's Badgett on that side of the field. Yamada gets up and comes out, or comes back to the huddle pretty quickly, so he's okay. I don't know who that was on the tackle.
I think it was Gibson.
Might have been. Yeah, Gibson probably had the coverage in the flat, so. Brings up 3rd and 6. Stops the clock at 16 seconds. 1 receiver top of the formation. Looks like 2 or 3 receivers tight on the end of the line. Hunziker, looks like he's in the pistol now. Takes the snap. Lumberjacks trying to get some pressure. He's going to slide through. A penalty comes in as the quarterback takes off running.
Nice hit.
Badgett.
Oh, Badgett. He plays like a big guy, doesn't he?
On the tackle. Was a penalty. It's probably going to be against. And it looked like it was an area of holding or something like that.
It's in the backfield of offense. So, yeah, I think so.
I haven't seen a signal yet. There it is. It's a hold. Going to override the play. Or I don't know. It might be considered added now because I think it's from the spot of the foul. But
well, I think what we're going to see next is take a knee with 6.4 seconds left.
Probably so. 3rd and long, and the penalty should stop the clock.
It did.
Oh, they must have a timeout taken. Somebody took a timeout. Yep. Lakeside took a timeout, so maybe not, Bart.
I think the coach is trying to make it abundantly clear, don't do anything that will cost us 7 points with only 6 seconds left. You're up 21-7. You don't need another 7 right now if it's not going to be there for you. You're pinned up against your own end zone. It makes it tough.
6.4 seconds. The Lakeside Eagles from 9 Miles Falls, Washington, lead 21-7 over St. Mary's. Home opener for the Lumberjacks. 2 more home games in a row after this one. The Lumberjacks will host Bremen next week, and then Lakeland the following week. So some tough opponents, all from basically bigger schools. Lakeland, a 4A school. Bremen out of Washington, they're probably equal to a 3 or 4A school. And I think Lakeside, these guys are probably equal to 3 or 4A as well in Idaho.
Have you been up to 9 Miles?
I've been up there. It's a long ways up.
It's a beautiful area, though, I'll tell you.
Man in motion.
There it is.
Hand it off, coming around the near side, looking for some blockers, see if they can make something happen.
That'll
Getting tackled is Yamada. Badgett again in there.
Halftime score.
And I think it was Hunter on the tackle. So that'll end that first half of play. A few yards picked up by Yamada. Lumberjacks trail at half, 21-7, but it's been a pretty good game so far. We're going to go ahead and step away for a break, and we'll come back and look at some halftime numbers.
Unforgettable moments. You have adventures waiting and challenges to tackle. And now, P1SCU can help you anywhere life takes you. If you need to make a loan payment, a simple transfer, or even apply for a loan, P1SCU's video banking has you covered. It's real banking with real people. Download the app or visit P1FCU.org to get started. P1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's. Brent's Electric is a family-owned and operated business right here in St. Mary's. With 36 years of electrical experience, Brent's Electric has been serving all of North Idaho since 1996. From new construction to renovation, Brent's Electric can help. Give them a call today at 208-245-5725. That's 208-245-5725. Brent's Electric in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? You need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home, shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy Arbor and Site Clearing.
The St. Mary's Lumberjack Booster Club is asking for your help. The Booster Club continues to provide needed sports equipment for the St. Mary's High School sports program. But what they have planned next is big. The Booster Club is in the process of building a new sports complex on land next to the high school parking lot. This new sports complex will include a baseball field, softball field, and soccer field. The fields will be built according to professionally engineered plans and will be ADA compliant, so all Lumberjack fans can enjoy the games. The Booster Club thanks the community for their support throughout the years. With your support, Phase 1 will begin this summer. If you're interested in donating to the new sports complex project, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-568-0288 for details. Let's all come together and get this new complex built for the student body and the community.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our communities. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh, yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
When was the last time you had great Mexican food? I mean, really great. Has it been a while? Well, grab the kids and head to Casa de Oro for dinner tonight. Casa de Oro has fantastic burritos, tacos, and chimneys. Not to mention fajita and shrimp dishes. Little Johnny doesn't like Mexican food? Well, don't worry. Casa de Oro also has an American menu as well. Dinner and lunch a la fresca. Great service and margaritas with a kick. Casa de Oro, it's what's happening for dinner tonight. Casa de Oro on Golf Course Drive in St. Mary's.
And we're back, Tim Parrish here at Lumberjack Field, as Lumberjacks right now trail the visiting Lakeside Eagles by a score of 21-7. 7. And it's been a fun game so far, though, and so we'll get into a look at the stats here in just a moment. As the Lakeside scored twice fairly early in the first period, 14 points in the first period, a 4-yard run for Tobeck. That was a touchdown. And then it was a one-play, 90-yard run by Severo Patterson, who scored the second score in the first half for the Lakeside Eagles. And then the Lumberjacks come back. They answered with a touchdown of their own. It was a pass from Elliott to Tristan Nelson, a 20-yard hookup that ended in a good extra point, and that gave the score a 14-7 in favor of Lakeside. And then we thought that Lumberjacks had a little bit of momentum going in their favor, but Cole Hunziker, the quarterback for the Eagles, snatched that momentum right out of the Lumberjacks' grasp as he completed the pass to Mickelson for 41 yards, and the point after was good, making it 21-7. The total offense for Lakeside, they have 240 total yards. They've got St. Mary's beat by about 100 yards, as Lumberjacks have 141 total yards in the first half. Lakeside has only ran 20 plays. St. Mary's has 46 plays. Yards per play for Lakeside, 12 yards, and St. Mary's averaging 3 yards per play. The Lakeside Eagles have 87 yards passing, St. Mary's with 70, and rushing yards, 153 yards for Lakeside, 71 yards on the ground for the Lumberjacks, 87 yards receiving, of course, for Lakeside, 70 receiving for St. Mary's. I have 6 penalties for 60 yards for Lakeside, and I have 3 penalties for 25 yards for the Lumberjacks. 2 turnovers for Lakeside. They lost a fumble, and the Lumberjacks had a pick. And then the Lumberjacks turned it over once with an interception in the end zone late in the first half from Elliott as he was trying to connect with Badgett. That was picked off by number 41, Patterson. The Lakeside Eagles, I think, have only haven't punted yet. St. Mary's has 2 punts. They're averaging 21 yards on those 2 punts by Jared Badgett. 6 first downs for Lakeside, 7 first downs for St. Mary's. 4 of those are rushing and 2 of those passing for Lakeside. 3 rushing first downs and 4 passing first downs for the Lumberjacks. Conversions, Lakeside, 1 of 7 for third down conversions, 14%. They have not attempted a fourth down conversion. St. Mary's 2 of 13 on third down conversions for 15%, and 3 of 7 on fourth down conversions for 42%. That's a look at the team stats. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with some individual numbers.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
It's time to reimagine your off-road experience because Yamaha has reimagined the side-by-side. Experience extreme adventure with the all-new 2021 Wolverine R-Max 1000 featuring an all-new 999cc parallel twin engine. Power-packed for maximum comfort and versatility, the R-Max 1000 features fully integrated accessories including the Yamaha Adventure Pro navigation system and much more. See for yourself at St. Mary's Don Cycle, then get out there and realize your adventure with Yamaha.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to safety. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff, and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to safety.
And we are back. Take a look at the individual numbers for both teams, starting with Lakeside. On the passing side, that's Cole Hunziker. He has 4 completions, 10 attempts for 87 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. In the run game for Lakeside, 6 guys recording some carries. Cediro Patterson has 1 carry for 90 yards and a touchdown. Jesse James, 2 carries for 25 yards. Peyton Pergel, 1 carry for 23 yards. Tomio Yamada with 3 carries for 16 yards. Dawson Tobeck has 1 carry for 4 yards and a touchdown. Cole Hunziker has, I think that was that. Well, it says 2 attempts, 5 yards lost on his carries. He was sacked once, so that might be part of that. Receiving for Lakeside, Dawson Tobeck has 2 receptions for 42 yards. Calvin Mickelson has 1 for 41 yards and a touchdown. Tomio Yamada has 1 catch for 4 yards. Jesse James has apparently been targeted, but he has no catches. And defensively, of course, I don't take individual defensive stats for the visiting team. For the Lumberjacks, for passing, we've got Sean Elliott, 7 completions, 20 attempts for 70 yards. He has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Running the ball, Dylan Larson, 12 carries, 36 yards. Ethan Kolar, 7 carries, 21 yards. Trey Gibson, 5 carries for 7 yards. Sean Elliott, 2 carries for 7 yards. Receiving, Tristan Nelson, 3 receptions, 47 yards and a touchdown. Jared Badgett has 3 receptions and 21 yards. Trey Gibson has 1 catch for 2 yards. Tristan Hill was targeted but did not get the completion. On the defensive side, unofficially, Jared Badgett with 3 tackles. He has 2 solo and 2 assists. Trey Gibson has 2 tackles, 1 interception for him. Sean Hunter, 1.5 tackles. Adam Rouse with a tackle, and Kyle Seibert with half a tackle. Extra points, Badgett, 1 for 1. Jared Badgett also punting. He has 2 punts with an average of 21 yards per punt. And kick returns, Badgett has 3 returns for 90 yards. Trey Gibson has 1 for 8 yards. And Clark, I know you got here pretty late in the second half, but or first half. But what are your thoughts?
Well, I haven't seen anything that has made me think they've completely improved everything from last week. But that's not saying anything as being derogatory, but it's just. I'm looking to see the improvement from last week to this week. And, hey, we already got 7 points, so that says something there.
Yeah. And they've outgained their yardage, I think, from last week as well already.
Yeah, and the mistakes last week were just hard to count. And this week they've only got 4 penalties that I'm aware of. And so that's an improvement as well.
Yeah, the penalties, there's far less drop passes. So overall, they're looking a little bit better. There's always some things to work on. And right now they trail by 2 touchdowns, and the Eagles will start with the first possession in the second half. So the biggest thing for St. Mary's would be to get a stop defensively out the gate.
Well, that's the obvious thing in the room right there. But, of course, just working on having ball control and getting the key down, first downs, and just starting to move the ball. They started running the ball, at least when I was here, and hopefully that'll carry over into the second half and wear them down.
All righty. Well, we're going to take another quick break. I'm going to see if I can't grab a cold drink, and then we'll be back with the second half.
Is your rig's check engine light on? Idling a little rough? Time for an oil change. Maybe you need tires. Stop by Jim's Auto Repair and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto Repair can take care of your automotive needs fast. If you have a dead battery, Jim's Auto Repair and Tire Pros can set you up with a great AC Delco battery. Did we mention tires? Jim's Auto Repair is an authorized Tire Pros dealer and can get you a great deal on tires for your rig. Locations in St. Mary's and Plummer. Jim's Auto and 95 Tires. Give them a call at 208-686-0425, 208-686-0425, or stop by today. Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goals. Hughes Ace Hardware is a place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time. Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools,
churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
Why should you get all of your prescriptions from your local Good Neighbor Pharmacy? Because over 100,000 patients per year experience serious complications from drug interactions. At Jack's Pharmacy in St. Mary's, your prescriptions are not only filled, but we double-check for such complications. You can trust our knowledgeable pharmacists for that extra personalized attention. You're not just a number to us. You are our neighbor. Bring all your prescriptions to Jack's, your Good Neighbor Pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
And we are back. Tim Parrish and joined by Clark Grogan this evening. And he had some other business to tend to, so he got here a little bit late. But
do they want to know what my business was?
Well, sure.
Why not?
You got a little Christian school thing going on, don't you?
I got this little private school, and it's starting up on Tuesday. It's known as the Two Rivers Christian School. We've got 12 students enrolled. We're looking for about 3 to 7 more for this year. And if you are interested, come by and see us over at College Avenue Baptist Church anytime.
All right. So both teams are back out. Not sure if they threw up about another 3 minutes back onto the scoreboard. Paul Bunyan Day weekend, I have not mentioned that once in the broadcast, and it's like the biggest weekend in St. Mary's. Last year we did not have Paul Bunyan Days, of course, due to the whole pandemic thing. And so this year it's back, and it's...
Boy, is it back.
It's back with a vengeance, and probably going to be a pretty big deal this year.
You know, I've never seen so many cars coming down Main Street as they've been doing today.
Going to be a massive fireworks show on Sunday, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, we all know St. Mary's balloons to about, 50,000 people over the Paul Bunyan Day weekend.
It's a big weekend. The nice thing is, the parade is on Monday, and there will be bottles of water being passed out. Shameless promotion by College Avenue Baptist Church. And the water is free. No obligations.
Yeah, that's right. That parade, it begins, I believe, I heard at 10 a.m. Sign-ups are down in front of Ken's Custom Body. You can sign up all the way to about 9:30 if you're going to enter a float into that parade. And the parade will start there at Ken's Custom Body. It's going to end a little bit earlier than normal.
Yes, it is.
They're not going all the way down to Archie's. I think it's going to end at about 4th Street.
That's what I heard, 4th, and it'll go up to College from there and end on that end right there. I think it's helping to keep the highway traffic a little more freer.
They're also having a show and shine. That's new. That's up
yes,
the parade.
That's after the parade. That should be kind of fun, too.
So they've got to get everybody turned around and down to the soccer field.
Well, and the sad thing is my car won't be clean enough to show. It's not shining this year. And who cares about a RAV4,
So what else is going on? I'm pretty sure the Demolition Derby is going on. That's always a big deal. I think that's on Saturday over at the, don't quote me on that, but I think it's on Saturday over at the fairgrounds.
And the lumberjack competition will go on. There's the log rolling over at the pool. And I remember when they used to do the reenactment of the Civil War. They're not doing that one anymore, as far as I can tell.
Me and you maybe should team up and do the log rolling.
Yeah, I'll watch. I'll sit on the log. And
how about the boat race? Don't they have a raft race of some sort? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we can actually fit on those. Those are supposed to be those little model things or something.
Well, in any case, it's going to be a fun weekend, a big weekend. Be sure to stay safe out there. Designated drivers, all that bit. It's never fun to ruin your weekend with getting in trouble or maybe even getting into an accident or something. So
we don't want any of that. We want you getting here safely. We want you to be able to go home safely. And that's going to be a blast. And I think a lot of our St. Mary's residents are actually going to participate more this year.
A lot of times, most of the residents are like, we're going camping.
Yeah, we'll rent out the house or something to some of the people that want to come in.
So St. Mary's will kick off. The Lumberjacks will be defending the west end zone, and it'll be kicking off from west to east. Yamada and Patterson on the return. It's going to be fielded at about 35 by Patterson, and he's going to carry it up. Actually, it might have been more like the 25, I guess. No, yeah, that's what I'm going to say. think it was Patterson with the return. And he carried it up to about the 37-yard line before he was brought down by a host of Lumberjacks. And that will get the second half underway. Lumberjacks need a stop here. They can't let the deficit get any bigger than this. So they need a quick 3 and out, a turnover, something like that, and they need to turn that into points. Looks like everybody in tight as far as the wide receivers go. 2 to the near side. Man goes in motion. They're going to hand it off to him. That's number 8, Pergel. He comes around the edge, gets some blocks, and he's still getting some blocks, slipping out of tackles, and finally he's taken down at about the 50-yard line.
That is a nice run. He really worked hard for that. He had to do a lot of east to west before he could start going forward there to get something going. But he got about 11 on that.
About 5 Lumberjacks had a chance to bring him down for a lot shorter loss, and they just couldn't do it. I didn't even see who got the tackle on that. 2 receivers top of the formation, 2 to the near side, 1 man in the backfield. Hunziker pitches late, gets creamed, gets the ball out to number 33, James. He carries it across the 50. Tackled by a couple of Lumberjacks there. I think one of them was Dylan Larson.
Right now, Lakeside is just executing very, very well on the 2 offensive plays that we've seen this half.
Right.
And what I saw last half, they just really do know how to control the ball.
Same formation, it looks like, taking the shotgun snap. This time it's a quick throw over the middle. Nice snag out of the air by Mickelson. A great hand catch.
It's incomplete.
Oh, comes out late. As I think Nelson was able to knock that thing out of there.
In your defense, Tim, he had his back to you, so you couldn't really see there was a juggle going on. But that referee did.
Yeah. Tristan Nelson actually came out of there with the ball. I think he thought it might have been a fumble, so he was going to try to sell that. 3rd down at about 6. One receiver top of the formation, 2 to the near side, tight to the line. Looks like the shotgun formation for Hunziker. Takes the snap. He's going to look, drops back. Nice deep drop. Finds an open man, and he sheds his defender. He's down the middle of the field. That is Tobeck. He's finally tackled by, it looked like it was Trace Wicks.
Tim, these guys are fast. Once they got that ball, they were moving.
And that ball is taken down to the 28 of St. Mary's before Trace Wicks, the junior, makes the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. I keep wanting to say Knights. Man in motion, top of the formation coming down. They're going to hand it off to him. That's Tobeck. Gets some blocking out in front, gets ahead of steam. He's going to pick up a couple. He's brought down by Seibert and Vanderhob.
He got more than just a couple, Tim. He got about 6 on that.
Yeah, big game. Second down at about 4. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the top of the formation. Hunziker, shotgun. Surveys, now sends a man in motion. Going to fake the handoff, drops back the throw. He's pressured, lots of pressure, and the Lumberjacks are going to get to him this time. And the first defender on him, I'm going to credit Larson with the sack.
Rouse was right there on him as well. I got to say, he had his hand on him as much as Larson did.
So we'll split that between
Adam Rouse and Larson. So they lost a lot on that play. I'm telling you.
Back to about the 35-yard line.
They lost about 15 yards on that.
Waiting for the snap. It's going to be a pass. Deep and incomplete. Intended for Pergel. Some good defense by St. Mary's so far. I mean, a couple of plays
that sack was key, Tim.
Yeah. We got 4th down and about, says 20 on the scoreboard, so we'll go with that. 4th and 20.
Although our announcer was saying 18 a moment ago, but here we go. 4th down. What are they going to do here?
They're showing they're going
to do something.
Showing go for it. Yeah, they got 3 receivers top of the formation, 1 to the near side. Hunziker in the shotgun with a running back behind him. takes a snap, drops back, pressure coming through. He gets hammered, and that ball is right into the hands of the receiver, and he drops it. I mean, he had Gibson and Badgett, and the catch was still almost made. That receiver had a little bit of height on both of those guys. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The intended receiver was Mickelson, who stands at 6'2".
I want to give Badgett a little credit because he went up in the air to try to swat at that ball, and I think that receiver probably lost concentration at that point.
Well, Badgett definitely gets credit for being the defender there, but poor guy was definitely at a mismatch in height-wise. It's still a turnover on down, still an incomplete pass. So the Lumberjacks take over on their own 35-yard line. One receiver to the near side, that's Nelson. We've got two receivers at the top of the formation this time, Ethan Kolar and Badgett. Hand off to Larson. Larson powers forward, picks up a few. The Lumberjacks got the stop they needed.
4 on the play, 2nd and 6 now for the Jacks.
They set 4 yards. Two receivers near side for the Lumberjacks. Two receivers top of the formation. Elliott takes a snap. Fakes. Nope, it's a handoff to Larson. They spread out the defense this time with a little spread look, and Larson's going to be very close to the first down.
I got it. First down.
The pickup of 6 for Larson. Lumberjacks will move the chains. Have the ball up to the 45, their own 45-yard line.
And that's another Lumberjack.
Once again, we've got Trace Wicks and Tristan Nelson here to the near side for wide receivers. Top of the formation, I believe it's Kolar and Badgett. Hand off again. They're spreading the offense out, or spreading that defense out now. They're trying a little different tactic than the first half. And so far it's working. That's another 4 or 5 yard gain by Larson. Like they're
Larson again, gained up 5.
going to see if they,
Even 5 on that.
Going to see if they can't. I don't know. I guess there's obviously strategy between spreading them out and running it. Again, same formation, 4 wide receivers. This time they're going to throw. That was tipped possibly and intercepted at the 40-yard line. It was intended for Gentry. And that's not going to be taken for a touchdown, but it's pretty close.
That's the 18 or 17.
It was intercepted by Patterson. You said it takes down about the 17, huh?
I think that's where they're spotting it, but I can't quite
about a 43-yard return on that. And Dylan Larson is able to get back and make the tackle.
15-yard line. So
the Lumberjacks were moving the ball on the ground, and that ball was tipped, I think.
Oh, it was, but still, I don't think he had a lot on that.
Came up short. So the turnover gives the ball back to the Eagles in good field position. Now we have a whistle. Another either equipment. I think that's the same guy, too, that had it earlier. Whatever the deal is, they sending him off for the Eagles. That's number 50, Watson. And going in is Pippin.
Pippin's a big boy.
Big lineman. Listed at 300 pounds, 6'1" senior.
Man.
In motion. High snap. Pulls down, though, is Hunziker. Going to get some pressure on. He's trying to avoid it. Gets outside the pocket. And Badgett almost is able to step in front of that pass. It's intended for number 24. That's Mickelson. It's incomplete. Feels like I'm calling Badgett's name an awful lot once again.
He seems like a ball magnet. You know, he just seems to go wherever that ball is going to be.
He led in tackles last game, and I was mentioning that, you know, you don't necessarily want your defensive back to be one of your leading tacklers. Unless, of course, it's a big-time passing team.
Yeah, and our crowd remembered you telling us that last week, Tim. That was,
Second and 10. The snap. Takes the handoff. It's a pitch to the opposite side. That's a takedown. That's a hold or some sort of illegal tackle as the The run was Ashton Corbin, and he had a nice run, but it's not going to matter.
It's a great run when you knock down 3 guys holding him. So, yeah.
I mean, they tackled the defender from behind. I don't know who the tackler was. Penalty. I'm not going to worry about it. It's going to come back on. I think it's going to be called a hold. Yeah, that was a pretty obvious one. Even Dan Felton mentioned it on the PA.
So, Tim, you can pick up your penalty flag now.
Yeah. I almost threw one from up here. Ref probably would get mad if he got hit in the back of the head with a penalty flag.
Oh, that's a good idea. You might not be here, and I'd have to finish this game. And that's not a good sign. You'll get a lot of College Avenue commercials.
So after the penalty, it marches them back. It's 2nd and 20 or so. Receivers to the near side. The snap to Hunziker. Lumberjack bull rush powers through the line. They're trying to chase him down. He squeaks through a couple of guys, but coming in and getting him, the ball is, wow. They call it
grounding.
They call it an incomplete pass.
That's not a throw.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. And, yeah, they're just making sure the refs, they can call that late because they want to confer on what happened. Good call.
Let's see if I can find that on here somewhere. That's the second time I've had that call today, a grounding call. Does that add to the end of the play, or is it?
It is from the spot of the throw.
I'm just going to put override there, and I'll adjust it. They're all the way back on the 40-yard line.
More of a judgment of where he would have been sacked on that in that case.
3rd and 40 for the Eagles.
Yeah, 3rd and a half a football field almost.
Yeah. Well, Lumberjacks got him where they want him. 3rd and long. That's 3rd and Fernwood.
I think it's the Y.
The Y, okay. 3rd and Santa. Three receivers top of the formation, 2 to the near side, empty backfield. Hunziker in the shotgun. Lumberjacks defense ready for a pass here. And again, the pressure comes through, and he's going to throw it away this time.
And that could be if
it got to the line of scrimmage.
And he got past the hash mark, too, which makes a difference, too.
So Lumberjack pressure getting through the line.
Oh, you know, when you got 3rd and 40, you know what's coming.
Yeah, you can send the house on a blitz. They're going to have a big play to actually get the first down. So you can send the house and hope that if they do make a completion, that your coverage behind picks it up. So they're looking to punt. First punt of the game, and the punter is the quarterback, Hunziker. Gibson to return, and that is a nice angled kick. It's going to go out of bounds. Boy, is that going to be at the 10 or the 5 or in between? He's marking it up.
I think it's beyond the 10.
Oh, it's up further than that. He's walking it up to about the 14-yard line. Still a nice punt by Hunziker.
It's going to be at the 14-yard line. First and 10.
As he angled that bad boy right out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Lumberjack 15-yard line. So after the turnover, Lumberjack defense comes up strong. They do hold the Eagles, and it's still a 14-point deficit, 21-7 in favor of the Eagles. 6:05 to go in the 3rd. Plenty of time left. Back to their 2-receiver set. The snap, handoff to Larson. Larson met in the hole. He was met in the hole by Melzer.
That didn't go anywhere.
Short gain, maybe not even a gain.
Oh, there's one back.
Oh, wow, loss of a yard.
Lots of 1 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 11.
I tell you, Oz Melzer met him right in the hole. 6 foot, 180-pound sophomore defensive lineman for the Eagles. He was right there to meet him head on.
I think he was on the huddle listening in at what was going to happen there.
Little crossbuck reverse handoff to Gibson. Gibson takes it up to the left side, or up to the top of the formation.
I didn't get anything either, Tim.
Yeah, I don't think he gained anything unless he got back to the line of scrimmage, but no, not even back maybe not the original line of scrimmage. So 2 run plays for Lumberjacks, not getting anything going with those 2 plays, though.
They're daring them to throw now.
3rd and long. Nelson near side for receivers. Badgett top of the formation. Elliott takes a snap. He's going to throw. Rolls to the left. He's got pursuit coming from behind him. He's going to throw it right through the hands of Gibson. That was high. Gibson should have brought that in, but it's incomplete. Even if Gibson would have brought it in, it wouldn't have been a gain of much as the coverage was all over him. So St. Mary's, I'm sure, will be punting deep from their own side of the field. See if Badgett.
Well, we don't want to see what happened last time.
No, that's what I was just going to say. I talked to Teft about that before the game, and I watched the huddle film, and Badgett just, he wasn't aware that it wasn't a touchback. He did not know. If punt is low, it's going to be a line driver. It's going to take a good Lumberjack bounce, though, for what looked to be kind of an ugly punt. It at least gets to the lakeside side of the field. It's going to be up to the 48-yard line, so it's about a 37-yard punt with no return. That's where Lakeside will take it over.
Doesn't have to look pretty.
Nope. So, yeah, I asked Coach Tevis, I watched the film, and Jared kind of stood in the end zone and stared down at the ball when it landed in the end zone. I said, did he think it was a touchback? And he said, yeah, that's basically what happened there. And by the time he realized what was going on, Kellogg was able to fall on it. I guarantee you that won't be one that he forgets next time.
Learn by experience.
Exactly. So back into the hands of the Eagles. 2 receivers top of the formation, man in motion. That's Yamada. They're going to hand it off, and almost blowing it up in the backfield was Rouse, but Yamada able to squeak out of that.
And he squeaked out for about 8 yards.
Yeah, picked up about 8 yards, tackled by Rouse and Vanderrob.
Out of the ball carrier. Bring in 7, it'll be 2nd and 3.
Nice pickup. And it's a pass play this time, and it's going to be caught.
He has got little speed demons
up there. Was that a pass?
It was a pass. He caught and went back into the backfield because his momentum took him that way. But then when he gets turned around, his legs are moving.
Up to Lumberjack 34. Didn't see who made that tackle. First down, though, for the Eagles. Yamada is a 5'7", 140-pound junior running back. Receivers 2, 3 to the top of the formation. Everybody kind of bunched in tight. Now the man in motion. Fakes the handoff, pitches it out, and Cyber was right there, but he was just not in the right spot. The pitch was to Patterson. He spins through some Lumberjack defenders, and he takes it to the house.
34-yard touchdown run by the Eagles.
A gain of about 34 yards. That score there makes things tougher on the Lumberjacks. It's 27-7 pending the extra point. 3:37 to go in the third. Lining up for the extra point is Crook. Takes a low snap. It's up, and it looks like he still sent that through. He's got a good leg.
Crunch is up and good, and that makes the score Lakeside 28.
So he's 3 for 3 on his kicks. 28-7, Lumberjacks trail. 3:37 to go, and we will be back after a word from our sponsors.
Everyone knows that the timber industry is a huge part of our community. Working in the timber industry requires big equipment. Big equipment requires a special mechanic or custom machined items to repair. Jake's Machine and Repair in St. Mary's is your very own full-service, large equipment diesel mechanic that not only has a full-size shop, but also has a service truck that can come straight to you when you break down in the woods. If you're in need of big truck or big equipment repair, stop by Jake's Machine and Repair at 106 Homer Drive in St. Mary's, or call 208-596-8819, 208-596-8819. Jake's Machine and Repair in St. Mary's.
And we are back here in the booth. Tim Parrish, Clark Grogan at Lumberjack Field. Gorgeous night for football. Score is kind of the opposite way we'd like to see it. We're a little biased, though.
Of course.
37-7 28-7, Lumberjacks trail. Kickoff by Kruick is going to be fielded by Badgett at about the 10, and he's going to be rocked.
Goodness.
Was it the 10? No, it's not the 10.
15. They are just quick. That was Peterson on that tackle for them. He was just a little lightning bugs.
It was at the 15, and Badgett only got to about the 17 before he was decleated.
He wrapped him up well.
So 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks from their 15 is what they say. We'll call it the 15. One receiver near side. Gonna hand the ball off, and we get an opening guy out in open field there. Who was that with the ball? It is Ethan Kolar.
Man, that was a nice break through the hole.
Ethan Kolar with a burst of speed through the middle. Carries ball up to the 41-yard line, a gain of 24, and a Lumberjack first down. Nelson to the near side for St. Mary's. I don't see a receiver to the top of the formation. Takes the snap. Extra blockers in, I guess, instead. This is a handoff to Larson, and that one is swallowed up.
More blockers for that one. Good penetration on Lakesid's part.
Looks like a gain of a short 2 yards. Maybe about 1.5 yards, so we'll call it 2nd and 8. Nelson comes out down to the near side as a receiver. No receiver top of the formation. They do have a tight end down there, Tristan Hill. The snap, they're going to hand it off to Kolar again. He takes it off tackle, and again he finds room to run on that side. That play's working pretty well at the moment. He picks up a first down for St. Mary's. Picks up that 8 yards. Well, they kind of found something on that play. The blocking's doing well on that side of the line for St. Mary's. Same formation. Nelson to the near side. Lakeside 47-yard line. This time they're going to hand it off to Larson right up the middle. He just lowers his shoulder instead of trying to dodge and weave, and he picks up a decent chunk that time.
He likes to hit.
Yeah, he does. About 5-yard gain.
Larson on the carry.
Dylan Larson, he's a senior for the Lumberjacks. 6 foot, 195 pounds is what he's listed as. 195 pounds of muscle as well. He is definitely a stout kid. Same formation. Elliott, pistol. He's got a couple running backs flanking him. He's going to hand it off to Kohler, that far side again, and Kohler stretches that thing out, and he was down. A Lakeside player jumps on it hoping the ball was loose, but it was not. And he may have picked up only 4. Looks close. They may have to measure that one.
No.
Nope. So 3rd and about 1 yard for St. Mary's. Be curious to see if they've kind of been alternating that outside run and a pounded up the middle type of thing. So let's see if they, I don't know, I'd almost flip it to their self. Nope, they're going wedge. Everybody in tight for the Lumberjacks. Wedge or sniffer is what Grangeville calls it, and they hate that play. And this is bobbled in the backfield. It's going to be a fumble, and there's a fumble back. It's on the ground still loose, and finally they come up with it. The fumble was by Gibson, I believe. There was a missed exchange between him and...
The ball was up in the air.
Yeah, it was a messed up handoff. And then that ball was pretty much loose. Well, actually, it was picked up out of the air by Lakeside, and then Lakeside fumbled it. Actually, I think they might have called him down, because it looks like they moved the ball back.
Lakeside is a Lumberjack 40.
So Lumberjack turnover. Everybody in tight for Lakeside. They got 2 receivers close to the formation, bunched up on the top of the formation. A little bit of hard count action. Lumberjacks don't fall for it. Again, the pressure comes through, and they get the pass out, but Trace Wicks is there to blow it up in the backfield. It was completed to James, and he gains no yards.
Lost 6 on that.
Yeah. You said lost 6? Oh, yeah, 6, 7. That was a big loss. And Trace Wicks able to come in and blow off. Looks like it was kind of like a screenplay type of deal that didn't work. This time it's a handoff to Yamada, and he used his speed, shakes and bakes, spins off the Lumberjack tackler. Finally, the last defense is able to get him, and that's Trey Gibson, but a huge gain all the way to the 20.
Yamada, the ball carrier.
Right now, Lakeside's having their way with on the offense. Even when they make one bad play, they make up for it with a big one again. How many big plays is that tonight, Tim? About 4? 3 or 4?
More than you want to see, that's for sure. That was the one thing I noticed in my stats from the last game, too, in Kellogg. St. Mary's had gave up 8 big plays to Kellogg, 20 yards or more in that one game, and St. Mary's didn't have any big plays. They have a few in this game, but they're still getting some big chunks of yardage they are giving up to Lakeside.
Sounds like a 90-yard run's a big play to me.
Yeah. There's definitely probably a good 7 or 8 big yardage plays in this one today. So going into the fourth quarter, Lumberjacks trail 28-7. Lakeside marching right now with the ball. The defense is getting pressure on the quarterback. They have some good plays and they have some oopsies.
You got to be consistent, though. That makes the difference, and those oopsies have been much more painful.
Yeah, and that number 7 though, he's a speedy guy. He's quick. He's eluding tacklers.
You know, I think they've got a lot of little quick runners out there for them.
So Lakeside, they change directions. Receivers are bunched up on the edges of the line. Looks like one receiver near side, 2 to the top. Man in motion. Hands it off to the man in motion, and he's met right away. Only a short gain. He had Seibert in there on the tackle. That was James with the run. He picks up about a yard. We had Wesley Vanderrob and Seibert making a tackle for the Lumberjacks. 2nd and 9. One receiver near side, one top of the formation, one in the slot actually on the near side. Doing a straight drop back this time, no play action. Looking deep in the middle of the field, and coming over late was Gibson, and a little bit too late. He was almost there in time, but the receiver, number 24, Mickelson, just the hands catches that thing out of the air and pulls it in.
When you're as open as he was at the beginning, you could concentrate more on what he needed to do. Very well done.
Yeah, it was definitely late for Wicks getting over there. I'm not sure who was supposed to be there, but Wicks seen it and tried to react, couldn't get there in time. So Cruick, we get a pre-snap penalty. It's encroachment on St. Mary's.
Down.
Sometimes those mess me up on my stats program when I'm trying to enter in penalties on something like that. So I'm not going to put that one into my program.
Why? He'll forget about it.
That's okay. Tess has it on his. So Cruick for the kick, Mickelson for the hold. Imperfect tonight so far, and that one is good as well. 35-7, Lumberjacks trail, and we are 11:19 to go in the third quarter. We will return.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades, and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and Lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
He's back from Alaska.
Afraid to...
Yeah, we are back, and that was a great catch by Mickelson. Calvin Mickelson for the Eagles. He is a 6'2", 180-pound tight end. He also listed as a quarterback. He is a sophomore for the Lakeside Eagles. Those are some great catches he's made away from his body. Actually, that one ended up incomplete earlier, but it was still almost a catch, and it wasn't on the body. It was a hands catch. Crook to kick it off. We've got, should be Badgett and Gibson back deep. Deep kick. Looks like it's going to be to Gibson. He's going to field it at the 10. Going to try to shake and
bake. Cut it
forward,
and he's not going to get anywhere.
He got some blocks, and
he still didn't go anywhere. He's still around the 11-yard line, I think, after all that.
Yeah. He got a nice little block from Badgett, but there's just another wall of white jerseys coming down the field.
They fill the holes, Tim. They're doing a great job on their coverage, too. They're well coached.
Yeah.
They're very well coached.
He didn't see anywhere that he wanted to try a test of cutting it upfield. He just seen white jerseys coming at him. One receiver top of the formation. That is Nelson up top for the Lumberjacks. Elliott takes the snap. He's going to hand it off, and that's in the backfield. Line of scrimmage or loss of yardage. And that looks like that is Kolar with the run. Lumberjacks up to the line of scrimmage. Same formation, Nelson up to the top. Elliott looks over the line, takes a snap from the pistol, hands off to Larson. Larson, nice little juke sidestep there, finds a lane, powers forward. Good gain. Looks like about 6 or 7 yards on the carry. I'll call it 8. Third and short for the Lumberjacks. Same formation it appears to be as Nelson goes to the top of the formation. Split out wide as a receiver. Elliott has a couple running backs in the backfield. Takes a snap, hands it off to Larson. Larson is going to get thrown down and thrown forward by his tackler. He's going to pick up the first down with that little extra momentum help
from about 3 or 4 for that
from the defender. So first and 10 for St. Mary's. Looks like they're at about the 25-yard line. Now they go back to a 2-receiver set. You've got Badgett near side, Nelson top of the formation. Elliott takes the snap, looking, good protection. Picked off, though, as he threw that one short, and jumping underneath it was Patterson.
And he telegraphed it, too. He could have held up a little poster and said, throwing to the left, because he kept looking that way. He didn't look him off the receiver.
And that was 34-yard line or so. So the Eagles take the ball over with great field position. 9:32 to go in the game. St. Mary's trails 35-7. Lakeside up to the line of scrimmage. One receiver up to the top of the formation. 2 more receivers tight on the end of the line. Man in motion from the up top to from left to or right to left. And we're going to get a timeout taken by Lakeside, as Coach didn't either like the defense, didn't like the way the offense was set up.
All right, there, man. The people that he wanted out there.
Yeah, something wasn't working for him, so he called a timeout. So the Lumberjack defense will go over. Lumberjacks, at this point, I think, are a little bit too far out of reach on the score. They need a few things to show just some what do you call them, morale type plays, just a few things.
What they need to do now is they're going to work on executing properly so that they'll be ready next game time. They know this one's probably over, but they have got to run their plays and see what they can do. and be ready to do some change-up for next week if have to.
Won't get too much easier as they will be facing Freeman next. Last time St. Mary's played Freeman, it was a long time ago, but it was a blowout. St. Mary's got walloped pretty bad by them. Now we're going to get a whistle, and it's a false start. I'm going to really look into that to see what players were on that team. I think it might be too far back because Hayden Humphrey is a coach for the Lumberjacks this year, and it might have even been before his playing time, or at least he might have been only a sophomore or a freshman. It's been quite a while ago since that game was played. Long enough to wipe it out of everybody's memories.
Which might be a good thing. Who knows?
Man in motion. Fakes the handoff. Now he's going to keep it, as is a nice play. It was designed that way as he faked a couple of handoffs, and then Hunziker took it up the middle. Picks up a couple. I think he was tackled by Larson. I'm going to give the tackle to Larson. Oh, he picked up quite a bit. Yeah, they had a lot. They had a lot further to go than that. The snap handoff, and it's Yamada, this fast, speedy little guy that can juke and move, and he almost gets there's a late flag, couple late flags.
Caller.
Flag down.
A couple of flags are going to end up offsetting. Boy, that's going to probably be an offset and a redo of the play.
I think they both. Oh, I didn't see the one in the back.
Yeah, there was a hold. Tackler, I think it was Nelson. Pretty sure we're going to get a hold.
We're playing it.
Two penalties in the play, one on each team, so they'll offset.
And you said it looked like a horse collar.
That's
on the other side. Offsetting plays. So it should be 2nd and 7.
So we didn't even have that play. We didn't see it.
Nope, didn't happen.
Nothing happened there except the clock ran off a little bit.
The ball is actually at about the 30, isn't it? One receiver top of the formation, two to the near side. Hunziker takes a man in motion. That is Blake Martin from the top of the formation. Takes the handoff. He's looking to throw. He's got a wide open Mickelson. Mickelson caught and tackled right away by Gentry.
And Mickelson's just a good ball player.
It's a first down to about the 16. Nelson able to come over and make the tackle, but it was too late. One receiver near side, one top of the formation. Actually, two receivers near side. Now man in motion from bottom to top. The pitch out to number 33. He finds a lane, and he slides out of a tackle and steps into the end zone. Another touchdown. That was Jesse James on the run for the Eagles. 16-yard out. Won't quite qualify as a big play, but it was still a big play. Now is when you test your mental fortitude of a team as well.
Mental what?
Fortitude.
Did you spit on yourself saying that?
No. Now we get a whistle, and the flag does come out. And St. Mary's encroaches again.
Lumberjacks. Try it again.
So Crook will line it up again. They'll move him 2.5 yards closer.
Not that he needs it.
No, good little kicker. A little of the understatement as well. That one is up and good. Let me take a look at that guy, Kruick. Dane Kruick. He's a 6'1", 180-pound senior. Listed as a wide receiver. I think he has been in on some plays offensively, but he has definitely showed his worth on extra points and kickoffs. He's got quite the leg on him. So this is where that mental toughness, mental fortitude comes in for the Lumberjacks. They can't hang their heads. They've still got to come out there, play with intensity, play with purpose, act like it's a close game, and see what they can do. Learn everything you can from every game you play, right, Clark?
Well, you've got to. You've got to learn to get into the muscle memory and everything else that goes with it.
The first 6 games of the regular season are all preseason, technically, so even though with the new way of doing things, with Max Prep's ratings, every game means something. But you can actually gain, from what I understand, some good points in your rating by losing to quality teams.
Not by the score of 42-7, though.
I don't know. Sometimes it still sounds like they don't hurt as much as, say, blowing out blowing out a bad opponent. Now, a win over a good opponent, that definitely helps you out. Crook to kick off. Gibson and Badgett back deep. Nice deep kick. He's going to field it at the 17. That's Badgett. Badgett finds a lane down the sideline. Can he break through? He's shoved out at about the 40-yard line. So there's a little ray of light there for the Lumberjacks. Badgett's been not only all over the place defensively, but he's had some good returns as well. And that ball is taken, looks like about 39.
Certainly does.
41. Okay, a little bit shorter than that. So it's still a 41-yard, 42-yard return by Badgett. Little spark there maybe for the offense. One receiver, top of the formation. Now we have a timeout taken by Lakeside. 7:48 to go in the contest. Lumberjacks trail 42-7. And that was not Nelson at the top of the formation, the normal receiver up there. Let's see if Teft also makes a few personnel changes here and there, just to give some of the other players a chance to see what he's got in him a little bit with the game being where it's at. Lumberjacks are ready to get rolling. They head back to the line of scrimmage almost. Boy, Tristan Hill's a big boy. They have him listed as only a 6'2" on the roster. I think he's a little taller than that. Well, same formation, one receiver top of the formation. Can't tell who it is. Looks like it's Wicks. They're going to hand it off. Near side, nice move by Gibson, but we do have a penalty flag. Gibson takes it to the 35.
Gibson down. They're about the Lakeside 35. Down.
See what that penalty is going to be on.
Block on the back.
Clark says block in the back. They'll get you all the time for that one. Override, that takes 10 pounds off the 10 yards off the play.
Well, I'm looking for a diet. I don't know if that's the one I'm looking for, but man.
That puts the ball at the 45. First and 15 for the Lumberjacks. Handoff up the middle. Nice opening comes up. Nice stiff arm by Gibson. He actually sheds off a tackler that almost had him by the horse collar, but he keeps on trucking, and he gets it all the way down to the 30. Might even be a first down. It's a 15-yard gain. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a tad short of that first down.
Down and 2 now for St. Mary's at the 32.
Nice run by Gibson.
Yeah.
Snap. Hand it off up the middle to Larson, who powers forward. Looks like he gets the first down just across the 30. .
And that's another Lumberjack first down.
So here's one of those positive things you want to take from a game here. You're getting laid in it. You're getting beat.
That's another Lumberjack.
A little sustained drive here. Maybe cap it off with a score. You'd have to make a couple of scores to make it closer. But mental victories is what you're after as a coach right now, I think, Clark, right?
Could be. Sometimes as a coach, Tim, there were times I'd just say, let's get this over and get it to the locker room.
Now I believe we've got Gavin Wimhoff lined up as a wide receiver. And it's a handoff again up the middle. Larson with the run. I don't think he gained anything. I think it was a no gain back to the line of scrimmage.
Larson, the ball carrier, nothing there. No gain.
Larson goes off. Trey Gibson comes back in. Wimhoff up to the top of the formation. The snap, ball on the ground. That was mishandled a little bit. And, okay, so St. Mary's falls on it. Kolar gets on it, but his knee was down, so he is down. No gain. I don't think he's lost any yardage either.
Loss of a down.
Yes, loss of a down.
That makes it third down. About 5:20 left in the game.
Same formation. Got Wimhoff up top as a receiver. Elliott in the pistol. Hands it off. And that is going to be Ethan Kolar. He tries to reverse field. Gets picked up from behind. Literally almost picked up by number 72. That's Pippin. That's that 300-pound defensive lineman. And he just about picked him up off his feet where his legs were still going, but he wasn't moving. Did pick up a few yards.
About 6. I think it's 4th and 4 for the Giants.
4th and 4 for the Lumberjacks. As time ticks down, under 5. Lumberjacks will go for it here. Wimhoff, top of the formation, wide receiver. Elliott in the pistol. Running back surrounding him. They're going to hand it off, and an opening found by Larson. Did he pick up enough? I'm not sure.
The way the referee's spotting it is a first down.
So I'll give him, I think he needed 4. I'll put it as 5. 1st and 10 for the Jacks on the run by Larson. Nice, steady, contain, I can't even think of the word. I can't think of it now.
Consistent?
No.
I'm done for this one.
Sustained drive. I was thinking contained. The handoff to Gibson, and Gibson finds a nice opening down to the goal line and just stops short. Couldn't have got much closer without putting it into the end zone. What is it, about the 2-yard line?
The 1 at the most.
Nice run by Gibson. Gibson comes out. Wimhoff up the top for wide receivers. Elliott takes a snap, going to hand it off to Larson. Larson walks through, and Lumberjacks punch it through. The senior picks up, I think it's his first touchdown of the year. Extra point comer. Lumberjacks going to go for 2. Sure, Lumberjacks try the onside action just to work on that as well at the kickoff.
Well, that might as well practice something here too.
Said you got to keep the gas down, regardless of the score. I mean, unless of course you were the one with 42 points, and you can back off a little bit. But
that's what they did a little bit on the defense.
So they're going to go for the 2-point conversion. Elliott in the pistol. He's going to look to throw. And he had him, but a nice defensive move. That was by number 23, Kakuta, who slaps that ball down. It was intended for Badgett in the flat. Lumberjacks, though, get the touchdown. score is 42-13 in favor of Lakeside. 3:42 to go in the contest. And we'll just keep it here. Lumberjacks will be kicking off. Badgett will be handling the kickoff duties. Oh, that's right. My stats program was correct. I don't know why I did that. They are kicking it off from that side of the field.
Well, they should.
Oh, leave me alone, Clark. So Badgett will set the ball up, gets it teed up down there as the Eagles head out of the huddle. Let's see what St. Mary's does here. Full-on kickoff or a little trickery. Looks like they've got their line shifted, so they might be doing a kick onside to the left.
Madison deep for right.
No, going to go deep. Over the head. That's going to go out of bounds, sadly, at the 10-yard line.
Kick off at Alabama.
Declined.
It's going to bring the product to the 35, I believe.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen here.
They accept it. So that's why that's like that. So if it goes out of bounds at like the 40, you decline it and you get it where it goes out at. If it goes out of bounds at the 5, you decline it and you get it at 35. Makes sense?
Tim, you explained that so well.
I know. I'm a wealth of knowledge.
Well, Tim's going to be doing a rules clinic next week for any fans that would like to sit in on that.
I'll be sure to get them all wrong. Lakeside breaks their huddle out to the line of scrimmage. It looks like they may have switched up their quarterback. Looks like it's number 24, Mickelson, who's that tight end, and their backup QB. Yeah, he's the one. Yeah, he's taking the snap. He can't throw it to himself. Man in motion. Handoff, fumble.
Oh, it's a fumble there.
St. Mary's picks it up. Now see who made that recovery for St. Mary's. That is Seibert. It was a run. I think it was number 17, Trey Scheimels, fumbled it. The ball ends up back at about the Eagle 20. Seibert gets the fumble recovery. Lumberjacks.
We need to score on this play here. Then we're only needing 3 more touchdowns.
Yeah.
You know, and there's still 3 minutes left, so anything's possible here.
The handoff to Kohler. Kohler powers up to about the 10. Should be a first down, close to it. About second and 8, or second and 2. Tristan Nelson back into the game for the Lumberjacks, top of the formation. A snap, the handoff to Larson, who sheds a couple of tacklers, powers forward, and he's right to about the 1-yard line.
Larson on the carry.
Oh, not special teams. It was a run play, Tim. Lumberjacks close to punching it in. Under 3 to go. Larson stays in the backfield. Going to be the handoff to Larson, and he's going to score. Step right through the line and puts it in for the Lumberjack touchdown.
Hey, we need this 2-point conversion, Tim, right here.
That score is getting knocked down a little bit, but
2-point conversion, and we only need 3 touchdowns.
To win?
To tie.
To tie. Ah, okay. Crazier things have happened. 2:44 to go.
I'm not sold on that one, Tim. But they got the 2 points.
And Kohler takes it in. Clark, you need an onside recovery, a quick touchdown, another onside recovery. Heck, you know, anything can happen.
Well, I'm the epitome of optimism, so let's just see that happen right here.
21-42. Jacks trail by 3 scores with 2:44 to go in the game. Plenty of time. St. Mary's will kick off. Jared Badgett will take care of that. Number 23 for Lakeside coming over and getting some attention on the sideline. That's Caleb Kakuta, the 5'8 sophomore wide receiver. Brad's trying to hurry along the Lakeside team, telling them, come on, guys, get on out here. I know you have a lead, but St. Mary's ready to play ball.
Man, he wants to go home.
That, too.
Maybe he wants to stay for the weekend, celebrate. He's got a camping place all
well, that's true. He might want to get over to the Blue Ox. You never know. Badgett lines Lumberjacks up. And it's a deep kick. Going to be fielded by Patterson at about the 24. And I didn't see who tackled him.
No one. He slid.
Oh, that makes sense. Clark, as Patterson returned it to the 30-yard line. 6-yard return. That's where the Eagles will take over with 2:39 to go. They are going to be at their own 29-yard line. Lumberjacks saying, hey, if you got your second stringers in there, we'll take another one of those fumbles if you want to put it on the ground for us. Looks like we have 3 receivers going up to the top of the formation. Mickelson in the shotgun. He's got a running back lined up behind him. Calls for a man in motion. That is Martin from the top of the formation. They're going to fake the handoff, and they hand it up the middle. Big opening breaks open for Melzer, who gets to the outside, and he's going to be brought down finally across the 50.
Top of 46.
I did not see who made the tackle.
Green uniform, Tim.
Yeah, definitely. 46-yard line, you said, huh?
That's where I'd place it, but hey, I'm not the referee.
Good looking out. A big run by Oz Melzer for the Eagles. One receiver to the near side. Oh, now another one splits out a little bit wider. Got 2. That's Schimmels. And I think it was, I didn't see his number now. Lone receiver top of the formation. Mickelson hands it off. Back to Oz again. And he's going to get planted by Gavin Wimhoff after about a 6-yard gain. A little bit of extracurriculars going on down here, and the ref is actually going to go talk to the Lakeside player and say, hey, easy does it. Look at the score. Look at the time. No need for any of that. Nice open field tackle by Gavin Wimhoff. 1:26 to go. One receiver to the near side, 2 to the top of the formation. Those 2 are bunched up close to the end of the line.
You looked at that Peyton Hayes kid, number 65 out here. He is a big kid, too. They've got some speed and they got some brawn.
Mickelson calling for motion. Hands it off. Almost fumbled, but is able to pull it back in as Martin. But he's going to be smoked in the backfield by number 2, Jared Badgett.
Well, that's a safe call almost every time. He just gets to the ball.
Tackle for loss, nonetheless. 40 seconds. Don't think St. Mary's is going to get another possession, Clark.
This probably will be the last play of the game.
More than likely. Surprised not to just see him knee it down, honestly.
Well, they're just learning to execute with their second string, too.
2 to the top of the formation, 1 to the near side. Mickelson looking over to his coach. Calls a man in motion. Schimmels Hands it off up the middle, met in the backfield. He's going to get about a yard or two gain before he's tackled by a host of Lumberjacks.
That's going to end the game right there.
That tackle was made. I'm going to give it to Banderov.
That's the ball game. Final score, the Lakeside Eagles 42.
And that will wrap this game up, 42-21. Lumberjacks fall to 0-2 on the season. And we're going to take a break, and then we'll look at some final game statistics.
Touch that breaker box, needs rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years' experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benoit, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work, M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
Are your friends and family tired of sleeping with Fido when they visit? Maybe Fido's tired of sleeping with them. Either way, the Pines Motel is there to save the day. With large, spacious rooms, comfortable beds, and even a mini fridge, Fido may get jealous. Save the floor for Fido and call Kevin of the Pines Motel at 245-2545. That's the Pines Motel in St. Mary's. I'm sure your friends and family would appreciate it, and so would Fido.
If you have OCD, obsessive coffee disorder, then stop by Shift and Grind, located in the green building right across the street from Jack's Pharmacy. Shift and Grind is a proud Lumberjack supporter and has something for everyone. From regular coffees to lattes, mochas, and more, Shift and Grind will keep your day going. Try Red Bull Infused or Lotus Energy Drink if you're not a coffee fan. On Lumberjack home game days, wear your Lumberjack colors and get a discount on your favorite drink. Shift and Grind now has indoor seating. Shift and Grind open 5 to 6 Monday through Friday, 6 to 4 on the weekends. Shift and Grind, 132 North 1st Street, right here in St. Mary's.
And we are back as Lumberjacks fall to 0-2 on the season. They lose 42-21 to the visiting Eagles from 9 Miles Falls, Lakeside. And the second half scoring was only one score in the third quarter, and that was Lakeside. It was a 34-yard run by Shadiro Patterson for the Lakeside Knights. And then there was 2 scores in the fourth quarter from Lakeside. Cole Hunzucker hits Calvin Mickelson for 19-yard touchdown. Extra points are good. Jesse James then runs for 16 yards for the Eagles. Extra point is good. And then St. Mary's puts a couple of late touchdowns on the board with 2 runs from Dylan Larson, one from 2 yards out, one from 1 yard out. And that gets us to the 21-42 score that we have as Lumberjacks fall to Lakeside. Lakeside totaled up 425 total yards offensively. St. Mary's with 273 yards. Passing the Lakeside Eagles, 144 yards. St. Mary's was 70. Rushing 281 yards for Lakeside, 203 yards for the Lumberjacks on the ground. Turnovers, 2 fumbles lost by Lakeside, 1 fumble lost for St. Mary's. Lumberjacks had 3 interceptions, Lakeside with 1. And going on down, penalties. I think I already passed that up. 10 for 80 for Lakeside, 5 for 35 for St. Mary's. St. Mary's had 2 more, so they had 7 for about 45 yards. First down, St. Mary's was 17, Lakeside was 15. And conversions, Lakeside, third downs, 18%, 2 for 11, 0 for 1 for fourth down. St. Mary's 3 of 17 for 18% for third downs, 4 of 8 for 50% on third down conversions. Individually for the Lumberjacks, Sean Elliott, 7 of 23, 70 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Dylan Larson had 89 yards on 26 carries with 2 TDs. Ethan Kolar had 71 yards on 14 carries. Trey Gibson, 36 yards on 9 carries. Sean Elliott, 7 yards on 2 carries. Receiving Tristan Nelson, 3 receptions, 47 yards and a touchdown. Badgett, 3 receptions, 21 yards. Gibson, 1 reception, 2 yards. Defensively, Jared Badgett with 5 tackles unofficially. And Larson had 3.5 tackles. Trey Gibson had 3 tackles with an interception. Trace Wicks had 3 tackles. Adam Rouse had 2 tackles with a half a sack. And the other half a sack was Dylan Larson. So that's a look at those numbers. And that's about it. St. Mary's 0-2 on the season. They face the Freeman Scotties next week here in St. Mary's. 7 o'clock is the pregame. I didn't see a game scheduled for JV, so I'm not sure if there is a JV game or not. I don't think there might not be. Next, on Tuesday, we will have Lumberjack soccer from Timberlake as the girls and boys will be playing in Timberlake, 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. We're going to broadcast those games. The JV boys win today by a score of 12-6, I think was the final, and the Lumberjack soccer team wins 4-2 over Orofino today. So a couple of wins there by the Lumberjacks, and the varsity just couldn't quite get over that hump and get the win here tonight. We'll see if they can regroup and get a win against Freeman next week. That's going to do it for us here from Lumberjack Field.
You've been listening to another production of Lumberjack Sports on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's, your Lumberjack Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We also want to thank our Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Until next time, same as always, go Lumberjack!